Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank y'all for joining me.
The real Mr. J. Boots on the ground. The real Mr. J. Boots on the ground. The real Mr. J. Boots on the ground. The real Mr. J. Boots on the ground.
Hey, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank y'all for joining me today. We got a lot to talk about. I'm going to shout some people out. Jesse Corona, he said, are Mexicans allowed in here? Absolutely. And I hope you're not a troll, man, coming in asking a stupid question like that. Well, no question is stupid. Well, the only stupid question is unasked question, but I don't understand why you would even ask that. That's a red flag. Hey, thanks for the NTZ for doing what you do, keeping this a safe and respectful live stream. I see you, JH. What's up, Sam Champion? Hanessa Galvan. I see you. Wonders of Life, what's going on? K. Earls from Indy. Tim Gunlover, I see you, Andre Gill. Dan Stevenson, he says, tuning in today. How's your baby girl? Actually, man, she was released on Saturday, man. Now she's running a temperature again, man. I hope we don't have to take her back to the hospital. Thanks for asking, Dan. What's up, Mr. Don? Mr. Don said last time you told about a Norwegian guy whose life was ruined because he was with an under 18 girls of his girlfriend's wife. My long distance girlfriend has an 11-year-old son. Is that going to be a problem? Yeah, if you're going to be with him without her, absolutely it's a problem. You're not his father. You're not in kin to him. You cannot be in the public with him, or some concerned citizen is going to call the police on you, Mr. Don, and you're going to be guilty until proven innocent. You have to understand the Norwegian guy, the mother of the baby came down to the police station. It didn't matter, and told the story. It didn't matter. The law is the law. It's specifically set up for foreigners like us. Don't do it. I don't go anywhere with the kids without her. I didn't make up the rules, but that's what it is, guys. The title today is, the biggest mistake foreign men make when dating and courting Filipinas. And we'll let a few more people get on here before we get started. But yeah, Mr. Don, be careful for that. Don't listen to the Filipino, okay? Hey, JH, thanks for the super chat. He said, Brother Cal, for the baby and a coffee. Man, I appreciate it. Yeah, man, Booby is sick again, man. I don't know what's going on. She's running a temperature again. But welcome. I see you, Levon White. It's a few mistakes we make that I'm going to talk about, and I want y'all to share y'all experiences too. But the big one is we try to impress the women over here. That's the biggest mistake we make. And then we go over the top with it, and we end up, spoiling them, man. And, look up the definition of spoiled, and you'll see why you don't want to do that. Hey, what's up, TJ Johnson? He said, wow, I caught the intro and everything. That's funny, man. Hey, Bobby G, what's going on? Checking in from Denver. Luis Martinez, what's up, brother? I see you, Freddie Sanders. And I want to thank everybody, my last video about, Goodbye Philippines. I'm going to miss you. All your concerns, all of your advice. But I'm here on a ballot buying visa. See, which, if for anybody who doesn't know what a ballot buying visa is, you can get into the Philippines at any time. The ballot buying visa is exempt from any lockdowns or anything like that. If you're married to a Filipino, if you have a child, but you have to show proof and you have to come into the country at the same time. See, we came in at the same time, me, her, and our son. We had a copy of our marriage certificate. They stamped my passport. You get the first year under a valid buying visa. You get the first year. There's no fees. Okay, I didn't even have to check in for the first year this time. And then after that, it just mimics a tourist visa, really. Every month, 2 months, or 6 months, I have to extend. But I'm in here on a valid buying visa. That's always been, even before that, the tourist visa is and always will be my visa of choice. I want my freedom. I never even met anybody over here with anything other than like a 13A. It wasn't much talk of SRRVs prior to the pandemic. There was no need for it. People would just come over on a tourist visa. After 3 years, they leave for a day, come back. Now all of a sudden, because of the pandemic, people are coming up with all these different things. I don't want an SRV. I never did. I don't want to tie up my money. I don't want that. I just, choose to have a tourist visa. It's a lot simpler to me, but now I'm on a valid buying visa. And I keep forgetting that. I keep telling people I'm on a tourist visa. It's, similar to it, the way it works. But yeah, I don't want anything else like that. Hey, King Arthur, what's up? Smoky Mountain Modeler. Yeah, because people was telling me, I can go out. They said that the Overstay Road guy was able to get back in because of his kids. See, I could do that, but I've had to leave the country and then apply for that visa. It would be easier for me to just go home, because I'm going to take a break anyway, 2 weeks, see my kids, see my grandkids, see some familiar faces to remind myself why I left to begin with. And I don't need a whole lot of reminding, but, it's good to eat a real burger, a T-bone steak. Some of the things that, some of the food that I miss over there, and just kind of go over to the old barber shop. They're not gonna recognize me because I don't have any hair. And just kind of, chop it up with the guys, that sort of thing, man. But yeah, I'm gonna get back in here, man. It's no big deal. But I was just letting people know, yeah, I made the decision. I'm going home. I'm not going to Guam because the original reason I was going to Guam to begin with was for my vaccine. But now that I'm getting it here, I'm receiving it here. No need for me to go to Guam. But my buddy, Fred Baldwin, he sent me a message today. He said, Calvin, the offer still stands. He said, me and my wife, I won't say her name, we'd love to have you here. You could stay with us as long as you want. See, type of friends I got, man. But no, I'm going to go there and then come back. But I just want to thank everybody for your concerns and everything. And one guy was really shocked. I thought he was a supporter. He says, you're not being honest with us about the reason you're leaving. Man, I'm here on a valid buying visa, man. I've got to leave after 36 months. It's it. It's nothing. I mean, what are you seeing into that? I mean, it's crazy. Hey, Jimmy Arrington. He said, hello, Calvin from Georgia. A lot of respect for you and what you do. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. And welcome, man. Seems like that's a new name there. Philippines, my paradise. There's Ned again. He said, thanks again, my dear Calvin, for another great live stream. Regards, Ned. Check Ned out. He's the flip side of me. We're two sides of the same coin. TJ Johnson said, the Sunshine Shoulders. I know you don't rock with Manila like that, but if you ever want a taste of home without the 14-hour flight, that's what you want. Yeah, I know. I could go to Cebu with a lot of them, but not like Manila. Yeah, because a friend of mine who lives up there in the BGC, he said, man, it's up in Angeles City, along Longopo, up that way. There's a lot of real good food that reminds me of home. Hey, Sam Safari says, make Mr. Calvin get plenty of clothes for the next 3 years. I'm just going to keep what I've got, man. Ain't no sense in, I keep it simple over here, Sam. What's up, Eddie Anderson Jr.? Oh, John Wells on here. What's going on, John? Paul Smith said, Calvin, since you're leaving me, I'm shopping around for another replacement. No, I'm taking Sunshine Shows with me. I'm just going to show y'all where I'm from in that 2 weeks. I promise I'm not going to be there over 2 weeks. I couldn't take it longer than that. I guarantee you, to be honest with you. Yusuf Amar Habib says, why do some Filipinos keep their Facebook account a secret from you, even if they are single? Yeah, because, of course you know why. It's that 4 to 5 men that they're dealing with, But yeah, the biggest mistake I see foreigners make, and I made myself, because I give y'all my experiences, we try to impress the women over here, and see, we go overboard because it only takes a fraction to spoil a Filipino as you do in your home country. And we go over the top. We buy them things they don't need, things that they don't even use, and things they don't even want. And we end up spoiling. Hey, striving to be set apart. He said, Calvin, going home to get them leaven, herbs, and spices. Yeah, nothing like the original striving to be set apart, but it's just a lot of things I miss. The pizza, especially, and because TJ, a lot of times it's also you said that in Makati they got Wendy's, yeah, all beef hot dog, see, that kind of stuff. But a lot of times over here, I did run into a place right here in San Carlos City called Mike's Beer and Burgers. And I don't know where he gets his meat from. John said he gets it from Guam. Wherever he's getting it from, it's real American beef, what we're used to eating. The hot dogs, the tacos, the hamburgers. I really enjoy it. Now, the pizza, no. Hey, Lawrence Cotton, he said, check out Cincinnati when you get home. I used to live in Cincinnati. I lived in Cincinnati for 6 years. I enjoyed it, man. I've got some of my best friends live there, Cincinnati. Dickie Spaz said, Calvin, you're going to put boots on the ground back here in the States and won't immediately reboard. Absolutely. I've already said it, a limit, Dickie. Hold on, guys. I got to get the water. Hey, did y'all go over to the construction site?
Oh, not sir. Well, we forgot.
Take them some water. Too big. They really need it over there, okay? I'll pay you. Hold on. Yeah, see, this is the water we buy for Booby. This is the water we buy for us. You know where it is, right? Okay, yeah. Take it over because they don't have anything too big. Thank you, sir. All right. Yeah, to fill up both of those containers is 25 pesos each. Ted B says Texas Joe's in Subic Freeport Zone is a highly recommended steakhouse. If you're ever around that area, check it out. I will. I love lechon. Said that's funny, Calvin, because I'm in the States missing lechon and pizza in Italy. Hey, I love lechon. Now, when I went to Italy, we went to Naples, and of course, I took the tour to Rome. The pizza wasn't the same as it is. We've Americanized pizza. Because the pizza I was shocked, man, that the pizza in Italy, it's that the bread, the crust is not even the same what we're used to. I tell you what the crust reminded me of. Them wafers, if you go to church on, what they call it? When they give you the church, the blood of Jesus and the body of Jesus, the little bread. That's what it tasted like. I was shocked. Hey, Philip Cooper, he said, what's a good word there, Calvin, when you think you're checking out? Probably first or second week of November. Because of you, Philip, and your experience you had. I'm not going to show up December the 4th and then end up having a positive COVID or something like that. True King Gaming says $50 is nothing to give a woman, so I'm confused. I don't spend a lot on my American woman. Some I give nothing. What's a good price range? Nobody ever tells you that, and I'm not a simp. Well, see, I think a lot of people get this mixed up. I'm glad you brought this up. There's nothing wrong with taking care of your woman. I take care of every woman I've ever dealt with over here. That's not what I'm saying, True King Gaming. What we do is we make all these mistakes before we ever meet them. An online relationship is not a true relationship, man. I don't care what nobody says. You have no obligation to be sending the woman any money over here, and $50 over here is a lot of money, especially during this pandemic. I guarantee you they don't earn that a week over here. That would come out to be, if you gave a woman $50 a week over here, that would come out to 10,000 pesos a month. That's a high paying job here. So yeah, once you get over here, she's going to be part of your world. You take care of her the way that you want to, but you just have to understand, we buy them things they don't need. We buy them things they don't want. And we buy them things they don't use. One of my subscribers bought a brand new washer for his girlfriend. She didn't know how to use it. I don't know if she's using it now. You see what I'm saying? Frank Ellis said, "What's up, Ingram? Telling Calvin Sam to get back on that hamster wheel." Nope, I won't do that. I get out on the block first. I promise you that before I get on that hamster wheel. They'll never own me again. Not that way. Oh, yeah, Big Pun 231 said, "Hey, Calvin, are you getting that feeling of regret of coming back here to the States?" Yeah, that's what woke me out of my sleep, Big Pun 231. The thought of going back there, man, oh, man, for however long. But I'm going to be there just enough, just the short amount of time. Sort of still, people will still be happy to see me, and I'll still be happy to see them. Anything over 2 weeks, man, I'm telling you, man, I'm going to do something crazy. Zorba Dundee said, "Are you going back to Kentucky?" Yeah, that's my plan, because I'm here on a ballot buying visa. I got, when I came here, it was me, my wife, and our son. We showed our marriage certificate. They stamped my passport. The first year, I had no fees for the whole year. And that's what a ballot buying visa is. If you come back here, if you're an American and you've got a Filipino brother and y'all come back together, as long as y'all can prove kinship to the Filipino or your kids, you can get in with the ballot buying. It's just easier when you're married, because all you need is that marriage certificate. That's it. But yeah, I don't want to go back, because I don't want to. It's not really that I don't want to go back. I don't want to make that long airplane ride. For me, it's a long way. I'm probably going to fly from here to Hong Kong, or here to Korea, or Japan, then to Chicago. It just wears me out, man. Yeah, Keith Davis, communion. But they call it something else. The Lord's Supper is what they call it in the Baptist church. They call it communion in the Catholic Church, but they call it the Lord's Supper. Yeah. Yeah, TJ Johnson, it's true. That's what it sounds. I was shocked. Everything, the pizza over there is totally different, man. And this is in the 80s when I was there. But we was drunk, we was high, we was ready for a big old, pizza we thought we was gonna get. They brought out this little thing, man. And I was shocked, man. I couldn't believe it. Big Pun said, "I know when I left Cebu, it felt like I was getting homesick." Yeah, see, that's what I always tell people. It's like I'm leaving home instead of going home. And, the very first time I came here in 2009, I felt that way, Big Pun. It was like, man, what's going on with me? And I thought something was wrong with me until I found out. As a matter of fact, Dan Stevenson, if he's on here, he told me he felt the same way. And that's when I realized I wasn't the only one. But this time, it's going to be so much different, man. I'm leaving so much behind. Oh, man. I don't even want to think about it, man. Just the thought of going to that airport. if I could just go to the airport, get on the plane, and take off, it'd be okay. But you know, you got to sit there for 4 hours, and you're gonna see people coming in. They're all excited to be in the Philippines, and you know you're leaving, and it's just a mental breakdown, man. I hate that. Yeah, Gurkha Nan said pizza in Italy is always thin. Yeah, I mean it really shocked me. I thought I was expecting something else. Um, Yeah, Zorba Dundee is right. He said online relationship is like a pen pal. And this is where you get to know the women. You don't have to take care of them online. Online, you chatting. That's what they call it. You're chatting. You're not investing. You're not bankrolling. That's not what it's called. It's called chatting. You get on there and you chat and you find out about each other. You don't get serious. But I was talking to a guy yesterday down in Florida. He called me. When he saw my video, he had some stuff for me, some advice. You know, of course, I don't need it, guys. You know, I'm gonna get back on the background visa. You know, but we were talking about the things we do wrong with Filipinos, and he said I had to admit. He said, Calvin, he said I've been over there 20-something times. I've been watching your videos. He said a woman still got me. Look, listen to this one. Now I'm gonna put him on this next I Married a Filipino Part 4. She's asking him, now this is a red flag. She needs 100,000. She's got a life insurance policy, and the premium is 100,000 pesos a year. Yeah, I was shocked about that. Man, was I shocked. But yeah, you don't bankroll these women online. You chat with them. This is where you vet them. You find out as much as you can about them. And I don't care. Remember, they were living before they met you. I don't understand where we feel obligated. We feel sorry for them. But see, I lost my train of thought. Here's what I was saying. We were talking about what happens, why guys do that is because a lot of us have never experienced chatting, dating, courting, dealing with Filipinos before. So when you see she's a unicorn, he called her Bigfoot. She's so different that we lose our minds. You know, we don't know what to do. We start acting in ways that we normally wouldn't act. It's like, guys, you won't even loan your brother $20, but you want to send this woman over here $200 a week or whatever it is. I don't get it, but I get it. But that's what it is. She's this unicorn that we're not used to seeing and dealing with, and we go crazy. Philip Cooper says, better not. You know you got to play their game with the swab. So you're out on going to Thailand with me. You recall I'm headed there for 2 weeks in November. Offer still stands. No, you know, I may do that. I may go to Thailand if I'm able to get in and then go back to the States. You know, it just depends on my wife, and I put that wife in quotations because we're just married on paper. Whenever she can get off from work and fly back here with me and get me back in. Oh yeah, TJ Johns. He says I'll take a New York slice of John's of Bleecker over Italian pizza 99 times out of 100. Yeah, see, pizza, from what I heard, Marco Polo brought it over from China. Supposedly, it's a Chinese invention, and you know, and we did that just like we did Chinese food. We Americanized it. Hey, Ron Bizzle, thanks for the super chase. Calvin, please stay in touch with us team members when you return to the Matrix if you can. Oh, I'm not going to skip a beat. When I go there, I'm just going to do my vlogs from there for 2 weeks, Ron. But thank you so much. No, man, Sunshine Show is not going anywhere. Wherever I go, I'm taking it with me, man. It's the movement, man. Just going back to the States is not going to stop it. But yeah, thank you, brother. No, I would never do that, man. We're gonna. I got some stuff planned for that, man. I'm gonna introduce y'all to some Filipinos over there and show you how different they are. Jordan Dundee said, Kentucky moonshine, man. The worst moonshine I ever had wasn't even from Kentucky. It was from Alabama, man. Michelle Bonham, or is that Michael Bonham? Or Michelle Bonham says, when are you traveling back to the U.S., brother? Are you still going to do videos? Yeah, I'm still doing them. I'm not going to stop. It's just a bump in the road that came just too quick. But yeah, I'm going back November, first or second week of November. Yeah, I'll be happy of coming back. Hey, Carmen Greenwood, that's our friend. She cashed in her chip. She's in Mexico now, waiting for the Philippines to open. Mr. Don says, Cal, but can I stay in the house with the boy because the mother works? Is that a problem too? No, that's not going to be a problem, okay? Unless you got, that's not going to be a problem. All right, Mr. Don. The problem's going to be if, okay, your girl's at work and she says, hey, come and meet us at the mall. Let's have lunch. And you and the boy are, waiting for the bus or riding in the taxi and somebody sees you. Maybe the taxi driver. See, you got to be careful. They lump us all into this pedophile basket, man. That's just how it is, man. We're not responsible for it. People, it's some scum over here, man. And there's some scum that have been here long before us, Mr. Don. And that's why they wrote that law, man. And you got to be careful. As long as you don't leave that house, I wouldn't worry about it because, they're in the house now. Well, the little one's in there, but the grandma's in there now. But, I don't go anywhere with them. I would never do that. True Game says you need to bring people on your live. I think some have good questions that need to be talked about. Yeah, sometimes, but see, what I'm going to do, and I keep forgetting to do it, and I'll be able to do that. I keep forgetting to use my StreamYard, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to write this down now, True Gaming. I'm going to use the StreamYard. But a lot of times when you get people on this camera, man, they freeze up. That's one thing. They freeze up. And it can, that can be just real uncomfortable, man, just sitting there, But yeah, Mr. Pun, he said, I know the feeling, Cal. Yeah, I felt like crying when I left. I probably will cry this time when I leave. But yeah, don't take any chances on that, Mr. Don. Yeah, Frank Ellis said, I just chat with these women online. What's it say? Because that's all it is. It's a chat mate, guys. Even the Filipinos that come on here, they tell you just because you're chatting with a woman on Skype or WhatsApp, it doesn't make it a relationship. But for some reason, we think it is. Frank Ellis said, I just chat with these women online to pass the time until I get boots on the ground and some boo. Then the real entertainment starts. And that's what you should do, man. Make it a game. They're going to make it so. They're going to try to make it more than that. Thanks, Philip. I appreciate it. John Wells said the Thailand tune-up. Efren Dunlap, hey, Calvin, what if your wife can't get off in that 2-week time period? I know you have a plan B, C, D, and so on. Yeah, my plan B is going to be, the 9A visa. Because my kids, and asked them, can I give back to my kids? Because I'm the sole means of support over here. Gregory Calhoun says, hey, Calvin, how's Booby? Man, I'm glad you asked, man. She's not doing so good again, man. I don't know what happened, but she just got out of hospital Saturday. You know, you got people coming in here all in her face and everything like that, and I don't like that. She's 1 year old, and she, you know, her immune system is still, you know, it's weak. And now she's running the temperature now, man, you know. I hope we don't have to take her back because her birthday is Thursday. We're going to have a little small birthday party, but I don't even know if we'll be able to do that. Michelle Bonham says, as soon as I get my PI green card, I will go and enjoy my retirement. Frank Ellis said, Cal, how does your girl feel about the whole thing? She's tore up about it, you know. You know, but it is what it is, see. Ted B says, I've always wanted to attend the Kentucky Derby. I love horse racing. Believe it or not, I grew up, Boontuck. I grew up in Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, where the Derby is. Never been to the Derby. The Derby means something else to us. It means partying and everything like that. Hey, James Lands, what's going on? Mr. GG Zero Money Down Real Estate Structures. Wow. He said, it's sad you're leaving. Did you get the info on the last video to help you on your visa info? I don't really need any help, Mr. GG's, to be honest with you. I'm here on a ballot buying visa. It's always been, that and the tourist visa has always been the only visa that I've ever even wanted. I have no desire for SSRV visa. We never even talked about the 13A because, see, she can register our marriage there now. She's in the States. And then I can apply for the 13A here. But guess what that'll do? Now that's going to lock her in. She's going to need an annulment. You know, and we didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. That's why I got married in the United States. You know, when we get divorced, we're going to be divorced. She can move on, get remarried if she wants to, etc. I don't want to tie her down like that, man. Because, you know, she may want to get married and then she can't register. I don't know how that works. We can get a divorce there, but over here, she's going to need an annulment. TJ Johnson said, hey, Sunshine Shoulders, Thailand is a bust at the moment. And anyone who saw the why I chose PH over Thailand live knows that I'm definitely not biased toward the fields despite currently living here. Yeah, they just found a woman dead there. A Swiss lady. They said she was raped and murdered, man. And that's what I was talking about. If you go back and watch that video for some reason, man, and, you know, people say, oh, well, you know, foreigners get killed. Not as much as they do in Thailand, man. You know, that's one of the reasons why, you know, when all things was equal and I could have went to Thailand or to the Philippines, I'm glad I picked the Philippines, man. You know, hindsight being 2020. Okay, Michelle Bonham, he said, I can see a beautiful life waiting for us. The last time I went there, it was all about women. Now I have my queen, it will be all about enjoying life. And, you know, and that's good, man. But make sure that that's what she wants, man. See, that's my problem. That's why she's there and I'm here. See, I thought we had an understanding, Michelle Bonham. But after 6 months, she was running back to the States. I wasn't going back. And I knew then and there, if you go back there, it's going to be over because I'm not going to be here by myself. I'm not going to do it, you know. Ron Bizzle says, how can foreigner get a residency in the Philippines? It's a few ways. Of course, you got the SRRV, the Special Resident Retirement Visa, and it's 4 types of those. But one is for military, one is for returning Filipinos from abroad. And then there's 2 that are for people like us, Ron Bizzle, just regular people. I'm military, though. And it depends on your age. One is for 35 and up, and then one is for like 50 and up. But then you got the 13A, where you're married to a Filipina. You either married her here or you registered your marriage here, either at one of the consulates over there. Okay. And that's the 13A. That's a permanent resident visa. And of course, there's other student visas. There's other, work visas. TJ Johnson, I believe he's on a work visa. Every time I ask you to talk about that, TJ, you never talk about it. Yeah, Sam Champion. Booby, she is teething, but, that's probably where the fever is coming from. But see, that blood in the stool, it's not in there now, but prior, I don't think that comes from teething. Land said I would pick the Philippines too if it was open. And I'm glad I did. I didn't know nothing really about either one of them, but I'm glad I did. TJ Johnson said I talk about it all the time. I'm a cry, bro. Yeah. How long are you going to be here, TJ? How long is that good for? A year, 6 months? Early Cooler says Dave Chappelle is my favorite comedian. When Calvin had a troll, he sounded just like him when he said that ML. Yeah, man, they make me mad, but I've learned to deal with them a little bit better now. What's up, Clayton Maverick? Oh, that's a fake John Wells? Oh, okay, I just deleted myself. Okay, good one, John. There's a fake me going around. I think it's Sunshine Scammer or Sunshine Skimmer or something. I got rid of him the last time I was here. I mean, people just taking, they waste their time doing this stuff. Okay, Lan, he said, I'm arriving in Thailand Friday. Stressful with all the restrictions, though. Yeah, the last time I heard, you've got to stay in that approved hotel for 14 days. Then on days 1, 6, and 12, you have to have a negative swab test, and then you're able to move around. Oh, okay. TJ says, I'm on a 9A. It's a normal visa. I have to get in. I get in converted when I switch to getting paid in the Philippines through a professional employment organization outsourcer. Oh, okay. So you're on a 9A. Okay, is this Ridge? RDGMH. I don't know how to pronounce that. He said, hey, Calvin, I'm talking to this girl, but I discovered she talks to other people. What do you advise? If you're just talking to her, but remember, I advise you to talk to, even if you talk to 5 women online, you're limiting yourself to the millions of women over here. But, brother, talk to more women. Why do we always want to try to tie down one woman? Don't do it. Hey, James K says, hey, Calvin, good morning. I might have missed it. How long do you think you would be in the States before you turn to the Philippines? Oh, 2 weeks at the max. Jacob Johnson said, Brother Calvin, haters going to hate. They are, and I've gotten used to it now. I've gotten better, Jacob Johnson. I'm just not used to somebody coming, doing these drive-bys and, just harassing you. We don't grow up on that stuff. Okay, TJ, he said, speaking of work, I'll be right back in 10. Got to commute home. What's up, Kona Range? I see you. Mr. Steel Palm. And yeah, a travel like an Ocean says, you already advised first come, first serve. It is. So it really doesn't matter who she's chatting with, but, we get all emotionally invested travel like an Ocean. We really try to own these women online. So we start sending them money. We start investing in them, taking care of them. And somebody over here that maybe talk to them 1 or 2 days gets over here before we do. And your investment goes bust. Hey, Travel Mike, thanks for the super chat. He said, hey, Brother Calvin, tell these guys the difficulties you have if you decide to break up with with Pina in the Philippines, praying for Booby. You're going to catch hell. And, I already told you, if you live in Cebu and she's in Cebu, you're going to have to get out of Cebu. You got to go to a whole other island, a whole part of Cebu Island. They're going to try to make your life hell because it's all about revenge over here. I promise you that. Especially if she has feelings for you. Because remember, the first thing she does on your Facebook is friend all your friends. So even if you block her, if she posts something, all your friends are going to see it. And it's just harassment. And she's going to harass you and make your life miserable. And it's going to stalk you and become a Filipina headache. So make sure you got the right one. And thanks, Travel Mike. He said, I'm praying for Booty. Clayton Murray said, get boots on the ground and you have a girlfriend by the weekend. Yeah, by the end of the night. Hey, Cal Dearman, I'm glad you could join us, brother. Kona Ranger said that's like pissing off a beehive. Yeah, but I gotten to the point now where, I can tolerate him a little bit. John says he deleted his Facebook. I did too for that reason, but because I've got the Sunshine Shoulders Facebook page, I had to have a regular Facebook page. But it's nothing like the Facebook I used to do. Man, I might go over there and post something and that'll be it. But yeah, because they're gonna friend. She's okay. You think I'm lying? We're friends on my Facebook. 142 mutual friends. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, Gregory Calhoun, that's a great idea. And I was thinking about that today. He said, Sunshine Shoulders, are you going to do a meet and greet when you come to America? I want to meet you. You're inspiration to me. Thank you, brother. I mean, that's humbling, really. That's humbling. It would be in Chicago, see, when I get to Chicago, because maybe I'll stay a day or 2 or 3 in Chicago, because I love Chicago. And I would love to meet some of you guys if you in that area, man, and I'll tell you, exactly when I'm coming. Frank Ellis said, these guys don't understand it's all about the competition with online dating. Yeah. Your game has to be tight, and whoever gets boots on the ground in the Philippines first, and whoever's spending the most money a lot of times to get a foot in the door, but nothing's guaranteed online. It's called chatting, guys. That's what you need to be doing, not falling in love, not getting emotional. Just chat with her, have some fun. Oh yeah, I forgot. So you're in that's right. Are you in Vegas now, Cal? Because the meet and greet in Vegas is August 13th to the 15th. So today is what? August the 10th here in the Philippines. So it's August the 9th there. Oh, okay. Yeah, Lan, he says, I've had bad experiences already with American girls ruining my reputation online after breakups. It's a tough issue. It's even tough over here because Facebook is the Bible over here. And TikTok is the Holy Grail over here. So, you're not going to be on Facebook. I mean, if they read it on Facebook over here, it's true. What's up, Love Beat Muse? Are these on, he said, ask, are these online dating video chats? Just seeing her and where she is. I don't. Okay. Like I said, just have some fun with it, guys. But see, men fall in love. We see this, like the guy called it, this Bigfoot on the other end of the video chat. And we go crazy. We never seen it before. Yeah, Brian Nichols, just chat and have fun. That's all you want to do. We're getting too serious, guys. Hey, Johnny bro, he says, hey, come to Brooklyn and you will do boots on the ground. Yusuf Amar Habib, I hate TikTok. It's such a waste of time. Yeah, it is. But over here, man, it's like I think it's almost it's a lot of people's get out of the Philippines, get out of poverty plan. Everybody's trying to get a viral TikTok to get money now. I mean, it's crazy. And you know, the women, you know, they doing a little sexy dancing now. It's crazy. Brian Nichols said chick talk. He said, I mean TikTok. That's funny. Sam Champion said, guys, a jealous Filipina is a dangerous Filipina. An old Filipino girlfriend viciously attacked me when I broke up with her back in Subic Bay. I had to sneak off and then back on base and watch my back. Yeah. Oh, they get angry, man. And I've had my son's mother was like that. That's why I got off Facebook. I mean, man, she was angry. T.L. Wilson said, what's the best sites to chat with genuine Filipinas? Well, T.L., to be honest with you, the same women on all the sites. That increases their chances of meeting somebody. But, you know, I had luck with Cebuanas and Filipino Cupid. But remember, you got to pay for these sites, man. Now, Date in Asia is free. And tagged and stuff like that, you know, it's free, which I've met women on there before. They're free, but you have to have that VPN because if they read your IP address over in America, they're going to cancel your account. But Date in Asia, but yeah, they're all on this. It's all the same one, you know. Yeah, True King Gaming said, yeah, my Filipino daughter does dances, TikTok dances for me. It's hilarious. Yeah, it is hilarious. But that's what they're looking for. RLV says, if you are still in the dating stage, don't tell a Filipino where you live. Just meet in a neutral area. Yeah, exactly. Because remember, especially when you come over here, man. See, that's why I have a problem with the argument of when a woman shows up at the airport with a whole family, 4 or 5 of her friends, and they said, oh, she's afraid of you. She wants to make sure she's safe. Now I want to make sure I'm safe. I'm 8,000 miles away from home. If this woman just all of a sudden gets pissed off at me and goes and falsely accuses me, because it's happened before, and it happens over here, guys. It's an American guy. He recently got out of jail. Google this. Up in Manila, he spent 5 years in prison. One of the neighbors falsely accused him of rape. No DNA, no nothing. He scolded the girl's son. So the girl comes back and says, yeah, I'm going to get you. And she tells the police he raped her. You got to be careful, man, over here. Know who you talking to on that line. It's best to get over here, man, because you don't know who you're dealing with on there, man. They playing some funny games over here now. And, if you don't believe me, okay. One is the life says same women, but different profiles will get you. Yeah. And another game they play, of course, they'll put their sister's picture on the profile. They'll put a younger version of themselves on the profile because that's happened to me. And then you meet them and say, it's not you. And they say, yeah, that's my sister and all that kind of crazy stuff. Land says, okay, Cupid is free and has tons of Filipinos. Even when your location is set in the U.S., there will still be Filipinos popping up. I've met some real cool girls on there. Now, okay, Cupid, can you land, because this is good information right here. I didn't know this. Can you still, can you chat with them? Can you contact them? Because they're all free until it's time for you to contact them. And then, then it costs you $9.99, $14.99, whatever it is. Mr. Steel Palm says, if you're just dating, never bring her to your place. Yeah, because she's going to show up unexpectedly, Mr. Steel Palm, and you know that. Because especially if you say you love her, she says she loves you. she's already in her mind thinks it's a relationship, and especially if you lay down with her. Oh yeah, she'll show up at any time. Wong Hung Lo says, so do you get an oil change on the third date? No, the first date. Usually. It's it's the unspoken agreement. Kona Ranger said, just go to Cebu and visit the girls. Hang out at Starbucks. Yeah, any place like that. Like Cebu's got some nice little areas. I like the area over there by, what's the name of it? That Robinson Fuentes Circle. It's a lot of people walking in and around that little area over there by that casino, Filipino, and all of that little area. You're going to meet somebody over there, guys. You're going to meet somebody. Absolutely. Hey, thanks for the super chat, Mr. Don. He said, Cal, but can I stay in the house with the boy? Yeah, because the mother works. Is that a problem too? Then I can't stay with her. No, you can stay in the house, but that's it. Don't walk down to the sorry store. You may not get in trouble. Like, see, John got lucky. Nobody turned him in, but that's the only reason he got lucky. If somebody would have turned John in, he wouldn't be on this live stream right now. And that's what I tried to tell him. He said, oh, I didn't worry about that. I took her down to the city mall. You got lucky, John. That's all it is. Don't try that, guys. I promise you. This man was a good man. Guess what? The guy that I'm talking about, he's either Swiss or Norwegian. He was building this family a house, man. He was actually friends with the family. He wasn't a pedophile. He wasn't dating one of the daughters. He wasn't dating the mother. He was just a good Samaritan over here, man. And he got screwed over. The Kerns over here are called, they call them concerned citizens. It's Kerns, man. They'll see you and they'll call the police on you. That's why I tell you, if you're going to date these Filipinos, young ones, when they 18 to 22, man, they could look 16. You better make damn sure that she's got an ID, man, with her date of birth on it. Because one of them concerned citizens will see you, man. It's happened over here. Travel Mike, thanks for that super chat. He says, I don't recommend to talk to P-Nice online. Men fall in love too easy, but I was a founder in a Facebook group, and it's free. Search Filipina and post your pic. Is that the name of it? Are you saying that to search that in the Facebook and post your pic? Because it's a lot of them. I get invitations to a lot of groups like that. Foreigners dating Filipinos, Filipinos wanting to date foreigners, that sort of thing. Because Facebook, I forgot, Facebook actually has a dating app. John Wells said, yeah, you're right, Calvin. I did get lucky. Yeah, you got lucky, John. And you don't ever want to do that here, man. Brian Nichols said, Filipino Karen. Yeah, but they're called concerned citizens, man. And they do it all the time because everywhere you go, people aren't going to be happy to see you, man. Some people, there's a guy that lives across the street from me, man. He never speaks to me. He never waves to me whenever I speak. I speak every day to him just to make sure he is the problem. And he won't lift his head up to acknowledge me ever. See, you're going to run into that over here. Everybody's not ready to roll out their red carpet for you over here, man. And they see you in a chance where they can get you, they're going to get you. Paul Smith said, do they have sites to warn PH women about foreigners? Well, that's that support group. They know us frontwards and backwards, Paul. And they know so much more about us than we know about them. And any chance that it's big news over here, Paul, whenever something like that happens, whenever foreigners get caught with underage girls or doing something stupid, videotaping little kids or watching child pornography or something, it's big. So, yeah, but they get a daily dose because they think, they put us all they lump us all in the same pile. And you have to prove that you're not one of those people. Travel like an ocean. See, this. If you want to be safe, he says, how could you even trust a young-looking chick? Just date the models that have mileage on them. That's a good way, But some guys like young women. But you just make sure she's got a damn ID, or you could be in trouble, man. Because sometimes the parents will push a young woman out there, you know, saying that she's 19 or 20 and she's 17, and then you start fooling around with her, and they know you done consummated the relationship. Now you're going to get blackmailed. You got to leave the country. Hey, what's going on, Karan Tucker? Thanks, brother. Bob Dylan. This is good, he says. It makes sense that the pizza in Italy tastes like communion wafers. It's where the Pope lives. Yeah, but that's the crust that I had, and I was shocked. Hey, Eric, what's going on? Nephew Smooth said, how's your daughter, man? She's run a fever again. Mr. Steel Palm said it's a matriarchy in the Philippines. Everyone gives mama the money. That's one of my suggestions. When you go visit the family, kick the mother out. She ain't gotta ask you, okay? Especially if you know you like the girl, you're gonna be with her for the 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, or the rest of your life. Go ahead and give the mother some money. Don't wait on them to ask. But remember, you're already over here. Don't do it because her mother jumps on the cam while y'all chatting, and you want to, because it might not be the mother, it might be the sister. Yeah, Jeffrey Tatter, thank you so much for that email too, brother. I mean, that message, man. I appreciate it. But he says, everybody put your thumbs up. Y'all know it helps me, man. But yeah, the biggest mistake for me and Mate when dating a courting Filipinos, we try to impress them. And then we go over the top. We start buying them things they don't need, things they don't want, things they don't even use. One of my subscribers bought his girlfriend a new washing machine. She didn't even know how to use it. But that's what we do. We go over the top. It only takes a fraction of what you're spending over there to come over here and spoil a woman over here. A guy came on her True Gaming King, says, oh, $50 is nothing. Yeah, to you. See, that's the thinking that gets us in trouble. That's a lot over here. If you gave her $50 a month, that's 2,500 pesos a week. I mean, $50 a week. That's 2,500 pesos a week. That's 10,000 pesos a month. That's a good paying job over here. But when we come over here, we say, oh, $50 ain't nothing. $500 for this ring that I bought her. Engagement ring is nothing. That's a fortune over here. Mr. Steel Palm says you're dating the family. Not all the time. Not all the time. I've never dated the family in my whole 12 years of being here on and off. That's not been my excuse. I mean, my experience, Mr. Steel Palm, but I know people like that. But they paint themselves in a corner when they do that. They won't let the girl work or the wife work. So then, yeah, you gotta support the family if you're gonna do that. I mean, I've got some good friends, man. I'm talking about in America. Okay, he was 50 because he's same age as me. They've been together. The daughter's 7, so they've been together about 8 years. He was 50 when they met. She was 19. I mean, and they're in love. They got a great relationship, but he's too jealous. He won't let her work over there in America. So guess what? He takes care of her family in every single way. Hey, thank you for the super chat, Phuket Richie, 1969. He says, MS3 for your travel fund, respectfully, GMC USN retired. Wow. MS3. Yeah, see, I was in MS3 when I got out. I appreciate that, Phuket. Are you in Phuket, Richie, 1969? But yeah, I've never dated the whole family. I always got in front of it anyway. I mean, when I met my son's mother, man, they live up in the mountains, man, in Linus, Nagasabu. And man, they lived in, whenever y'all hear me talking about a 15 square meter kubo, that's what they lived in, with dirt floor, no furniture, just one bench. I mean, they were sleeping on the floor. And the mother didn't have to ask me for nothing. I knew I was going to be with her daughter. I gave her 2,500 or 3,000 pesos in 2010. That's a lot of money, And every time we went up there, I gave her that. It was nothing, but they never asked me for nothing. Oh, yeah, Mr. Steel Pump. See, if the family is messed up, it's a no-go. The family's number one, you're number two. And if I always suggest to guys, look, don't discourage your woman from helping her family, because once she starts going around your back doing it, it's going to be trouble. Encourage her to help her family, because you're taking the breadwinner out of the family. That money has to be replaced. Either you're going to replace it or let her work and replace it. Kona Ranger says my Filipino family treats me better than mine. And that's been my experience too. They've never asked me for anything. And most of them won't. Travel like an ocean says, land, Filipino Cupid has been my sweet spot, but it's not 100% foolproof. Got to use common sense. Always remember it's just chatting, and don't get it confused with a real relationship. And see, that's the problem though. Travel like an ocean. We get it mixed up like it's a real relationship, and next thing you know, we're starting to pay these girls bills. Remember, it's already an unspoken agreement, guys. But if you start sending money online, she can't uphold her end of the agreement online. That's why I say I'm not trying to knock the Filipinos hustle. I would never do that. There's nothing wrong with taking care of your woman. But there's an unspoken agreement already in place. And by you sending money online, she's not going to be able to hold up her end online. Now, that's just how it is. Oh, yeah, Matthew Hansen says that they're giving Booby a medicine. She don't like it. Matthew Hansen says the best pizza in the Philippines is Yellow Cab. I agree with you. Now, one thing I can say, when I was in Davao, and this is the last time I had Pizza Hut, the Pizza Hut in Davao tastes the same as the Pizza Hut in America. No, Phil Cooper, here's what you're saying. He says, are you sure about that, Cal? He said, I was told if you married in the States and get divorced there, that the woman is officially divorced. She doesn't need an annulment in the PI. That's per my wife. Yeah, that's normal. Like right now with my wife. But if your wife registers your marriage here, you better tell her that she better take a look at that. She's gonna need an annulment here. It's a difference. Our marriage is not registered here, Philip. It's a big difference now. So when we get divorced, she don't need an annulment over here. But if we register our marriage here at the consulate in Washington, D.C. and register it here, yeah, she's going to need an annulment. See, we didn't get married over here. So our marriage doesn't fall under Filipino laws. But once you register it here, it does. So, tell your wife to be careful. She's going to need an annulment if you've registered over here. Maximus says, in general, the pizza in the Philippines is not that good because they use some other kind of melting cheese instead of mozzarella. Yeah, a lot of times it is, and I don't like that old cheese that they use. It's too salty, and it doesn't taste like mozzarella. But Yellow Cab doesn't use that type of pizza. I don't think Greenwich does either, but a lot of these little off-brand pizza places, they use that cheese, and I don't like it. It's like they pour it on there or something. TJ Johnson says I can Yeah. Granted, Pizza Hut is bottom tier for me back in the States, but it's a godsend over here in Mindanao. And it's right. Uh, it tastes just like the one over there. I like Shakey's too, Kona Ranger. Sean Reed says, I don't know. There's a little Italian restaurant over in Tacloban called Giuseppe's that is pretty good pizza. I believe they have a few chains. Yellow Cab Pizza is my go-to in Baraka. It's my go-to here. I first had it in Manila at the airport. I was waiting for my flight to Cebu. I said, well, let me try it. I never tried it. I've been hooked ever since. Whenever I go to Dumaguete, it's my go-to pizza. Butch Helton says, I've been with my girlfriend for 5 years. Now, see, that's different. Yes, I do send her money on a monthly basis. Who would have a partner and not want to improve their lifestyle? But see, Butch, you're talking about something totally different than what I'm talking about. You've got a partner. Y'all been together for 5 years, Butch. Listen to me now. Don't misinterpret what I'm saying. When you chatting with a woman online, that is not your partner, okay? All right? I just want to make that clear to you. But I think you know anyway. Of course, you got 5 years invested. That's a relationship. You think chatting with somebody, I'm talking about what I'm seeing is guys aren't even chatting with these women within the first week. They're already sending money. Hey, Mr. Scientific, my own Boone Talk, you're almost off the air now. Well, not really. I've got a little bit of time to go. But no, if I go to the United States, that's what you're talking about. No, but see, Butch Helton, I always tell guys, there's nothing wrong with taking care of your woman. I don't care if it's here, wherever you are. Every woman I've ever dealt with, I've taken care of her. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't improve. But these women that you're chatting with, these are strangers. You don't have a relationship with her. See? 5 years, yeah, I would think you would know her by now. And you would want to help her improve. You vetted her, hopefully. But years don't even mean nothing. The guy who was talking to yesterday down in Florida that the woman needs 100,000 pesos a year to pay for a life insurance policy. He's been knowing her on and off for 2 years. See? Yeah, Maximus, you're missing the point here. He says a divorce in the USA, even if they were married in the Philippines, I believe is honored by the Philippines government. No, you need an annulment over here. If you get married over here, you're under the Filipino laws. You can get divorced over there. She can't get divorced over there. Man, there's many Filipinos who aren't even married to a foreigner. They get married here. The husband becomes a Filipino, a U.S. citizen, brings them over with the visa. Man, they can't get divorced over there. Y'all need to look that up, man. Moochie T says, am I missing something? You're saying when you get divorced, did you marry with a plan to get divorced, or you already knew you were going to get divorced? No. That's not what I'm saying. Okay, my wife that is in America now, we've been together for 10 years, really 8. Okay. I never get married with the plan to get divorced, even though that's whoever gets married now, you're going to get a divorce more than likely. Okay. What I'm saying is, if in fact things did not work out, I did not want to lock her in like that, where she would need an annulment, because that's a lot of money. Even though she's living over there in America, why would you want to spend all that money? Over here, 300 to 600,000 pesos. It's just a waste of money. Why not just get divorced in the United States and be done with it? Nobody ever plans to get divorced, but that's just how it is. That's how it works out. Phuket Richie 1969 says, haven't seen Rob in a while. And Jessica is back in the village, last I heard. You lost me on that. Mr. B61, is that him? Let's see. Yeah, one is the life says there's no divorce in the Philippines, separation by death only. But if you marry in America, and you don't register your marriage here, she can divorce. But if you register your marriage over here under Filipino law to become a 13A and all that stuff, she's going to need an annulment, man. Even if you got married in America. Levon White, thanks for that super chat. He said, I've got it so bad, I'm sending money to females that I'm not chatting with. I need help. Yeah, I can't help you, Levon, if you're doing that. Oh, okay, Mr. Scientific. He said, I mean, your broadcast time today. No, I've got a little while. I'm going to do an update on the house today. I went by there earlier. The roofing people are over there. They've got all the scaffolding out of the house. They're putting the rocks and leveling it out for the floor. You're going to get a better idea today on how that house looks. Let's see what we got. I lost it. Okay. I don't know what happened. Okay, here it is. Mr. B61 says, unspoken agreements aren't allowed with me. Boundaries go up early. Easier that way. Keeps the family in line and out of your wallet. No job, no relationship with me. My wallet, my choice. Yeah. Well, and it's going to be, her beef curtains, her choice. Don't think you're going to come over, Mr. B61, and get something for nothing. You're not going to do it. There's an unspoken agreement there. And I hate to tell you that, but you're going to have to learn the hard way, buddy. You're not coming over here. This is the Philippines. This isn't Las Vegas. This isn't Los Angeles. This isn't even Louisville, Kentucky. You can't, it's no 50-50 over here. It don't work like that. Efren Dunlap says, hey, Cal, are you saying if you hit, they believe in a serious relationship? Absolutely, man. You know how conservative the Philippines is. One of the most religious countries in the world, And remember, she's laying down with you. It's an unspoken agreement. She's laying down with you for a reason. I mean, we were talking yesterday, the guy in Florida. I said, don't put anything past anybody that's, struggling, that's starving, that's suffering. And a lot of times when you meet somebody like that, whether they're in the Philippines, Haiti, Cuba, Venezuela, in those places, you can't put anything past them. You've never walked in their shoes. Don't knock them, for what they're trying to do. But yeah, they're going to say that's a small price to pay, because more than likely she's going to get something out of that too. She's going to get, some enjoyment too. Yeah, travel like an ocean, but he said that's a sign of someone with no game to impress women by throwing money at them. It's just something that men do anyway, trying to impress women. You ain't got to throw money at them. You're going to take them to the best restaurants, the best hotels, the best resorts over here, maybe buy expensive bikini. What man doesn't try to impress a woman that he finds attractive? Over here, all that game stuff don't work, guys. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you do, you lying over here, if that's what you're talking about. These women aren't stupid over here. It's an unspoken agreement. All of that Mr. Rico Suave stuff don't work over here, man. Yeah, sometimes it does because Filipinos they're so trusting. You may do that one time and then you gotta skip around and keep doing that hit it and quit it stuff, lying to these girls and stuff like that. But on the up and up, on the normal stretch of things, man, I don't care how smooth you can talk, how good you can look. If you 18 to 80, if you can sign that visa and you can give her that new life, man, she's not looking at all of that, man. It doesn't pass muster over here, guys. You know, that's that Western thinking. Oh, I can come over here. I'm a smooth talker. I got the gift of gab. It don't work over here, guys. You know, show me the money, I show you the honey. Yeah, Mr. Steel Palm, he said $50 a week is big in the Philippines. Food for family. Look, let me remind y'all again. My girlfriend has a legitimate 4-year college degree. She's a bookkeeper. She does taxes, does all the paperwork and all of that. $7,000 per month. That's less than $50 a week. See, $50 a week to her would be a raise. That's like 100 right now at 50.37 pesos to the dollar. 7,000. That's $140 a month. You see what I'm saying? But we'll come over here with that Western thinking. $100 a week ain't nothing. Yeah. Now you done lost her. You done spoiled her. And look up the definition of spoiled if you don't believe me. I'm gonna show you what it means. And this is why they're no good. See? Spoil. Okay. It says harmed in character by being treated too leniently. Harmed. You're gonna harm them, man. That's why I tried to tell you a long time ago, guys. We do more harm than good when we send in this money. But y'all won't listen to me. See? Okay. The spoil, not spoiled, but spoil means harm the character of someone by being too lenient. Okay. Then it says, this is not the one. I had a good definition. Here it says, to lose valuable or useful qualities, usually as a result of decay. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to spoil her if you give her $100 a week, which is nothing to you. Hey, thank you, JH, for the super chat. He said that's why we going swimming and then to eat local foods and barbecue on date number 1. Yeah, you go. But it's an unspoken agreement anyway. You're going to get the girlfriend treatment. You're going to get what you want. But you better be ready to pay too. Okay, you better be ready to give up something too, guys. You know, come on. We're in the Philippines, man. You know, the average salary here is $250 a month. That's the highest, and you average that in with nothing at the bottom. See? And you think you're gonna come over here and be Mr. Rico Suave and all the girls wants me because I look good, I've got a nice body, I got a good education. No. That is the icing on the cake of your pension, of your money coming in every week. See, if you look good, yeah, that's an icing on the cake. You know, if you got a nice body, that's icing on the cake. See, but the cake is your money. It's the visa, is the new life. And if you fool yourself, then, you know, you only got yourself to blame. You're going to come all the way over here, 8,000 miles, thinking you're going to talk a woman out of some booty, man. You're crazy. Hey, John, take care. K. Rum said, who knows, you probably chatting with Baklas online. John almost got that. You know, it was his daughter that let him know that it was a woman. He didn't know. See, Kona Ranger, he says, yes, you need an annulment in the Philippines. I know you do. I've already researched it, guys. I'm not going to tell you something I don't know anything about. I was going to try to get the 13A, but when we did the research and we knew that she had to, in order for me to get the 13A, it's just not enough that I'm married to a Filipina. Our marriage has to be registered over here in the Philippines. She would need a divorce because we're going to get divorced. I didn't want to lock her in like that. I'm not that selfish. What's up, David Stone? Thank you, brother. Sam Champion said, guys, remember this name, Sogo Hotel. You can get block of hourly rates. In other words, pay for what you need in as little as 4-hour blocks, at least in Manila. Facilities are not bad. Yeah, it's a very popular place. It's in Cebu. That's the only places I've seen in Cebu and Manila. Wow, Travel Mike said, I posted my pic and said I was looking for a relationship with a good Filipina and I had over 800 comments. My phone blew the F up. Yeah, it is. And you know why? He said, Levon, save your money for shopping. Mrs. Steel Palm said $250 a month will feed a family and pay most of the bills for poor family. Yeah, that's a good job over here, Mrs. Steel Palm. That's 12,500 pesos a month. That's a good salary. Gary Lafferty says $100 a week is nothing in the Philippines in allowance. Her rent could be $5,000 to $10,000. Okay, well, add that up, Mr. Gary. $100 a week is $5,000 a week. That's $20,000 a month. Now, where you're going to have to be a frontline nurse to earn that kind of money, Gary. Something about $100 is nothing in the Philippines. You dealing, and see, there we go now. We're dealing with these established, we're dealing with the 1% of the 1% over here. Come on, guys. That's not boots on the ground reality. I'm telling you that. 20,000 pesos a month, free, that you're just giving it to her, that she doesn't have to work for, and you saying it's not that much, Gary. Come on, man, get real. Kind of job she would have to earn 20,000 pesos a month. A very damn good job. Land said, what percentage of Filipino women are specifically looking for foreigners to date? A very small percentage, guys. This is what you have to understand. Most Filipinas, they want a Filipino man. It's just how it is. That's just how it is. Most American women want an American man. African women want an African man. Filipino women want Filipino men. Okay? So we're getting the scraps, basically. We're getting the small, tiny percentage Filipino women. According to the PSA, Philippine Statistics Authority, of all the marriages in the Philippines every year, only 3.5% of them involve a Filipina and a foreigner. I mean, a Filipino and a foreigner. And then about 3% of that 3.5% is Filipinos marrying foreign men. It's a very small amount. See? That really, put themselves out there and say, hey, I'm looking for a foreigner. And when they put themselves out there on Facebook, on the dating sites, or wherever like that, it's an unspoken agreement. It's saying, hey, look, you do this and I'm going to do this. But yes, a very small, tiny percentage. Khalif Muhammad says, I think I may be an exception to the rule when it comes to spending money. I've been twice and I was 35. But see, Khalif Muhammad, the exception only proves the rule to be right. And you've only been here twice. Like I said, you can get away with that stuff if you come over here once, if you come over here for 2 weeks, you know, because Filipinos are the trusting, you know, but there's some lies somewhere in there, because I'm just telling you how they are, you know, unless you're dealing with bar girls or whatever, but there's some lies. You made some promises because you're nothing special over here. And I try to tell that to guys, but it doesn't get through their ego. You know, you're nothing special over here. Yeah, well, like I said, Khalif Muhammad, you know, I wouldn't doubt that you didn't. But you're a needle in 10,000 haystacks, is what I'm saying. And if I come over here for 2 weeks and all I want to do is come over here and you know, and talk a girl out of her panties, then I could do that. You know, it's not hard to do because they're going to trust you. They're thinking you're going to hold up to your end of the bargain. You just didn't hold up back. You saying I didn't pay for anybody or any booty. You didn't hold up to your end of the bargain. That's all you're saying. She did, obviously, because you're nothing special, brother, okay? And I don't mean that as a knock to you. I mean over here, you're nothing. Maxima says, do your research on Filipino divorce. You know, I'm just telling you that, okay, I got married in America to my Filipino wife. Right now, as it stands right now, if we get a divorce, she's divorced. And they're going to recognize the divorce over here, Maximus, okay? But if I get married in the Philippines, first of all, our marriage is going to be registered in the Philippines, man. She's going to need an annulment. I don't care what you're talking about. There's no divorce over here. What makes her special? Because she married a foreigner? No. That don't give her no extra points. She got married in the Philippines. There's no divorce over here. There's an annulment that's going to be needed. So, you know, it's that simple, man. Now, do you need an annulment? No, if I married my Filipino here and, you know, it's registered here but not in America, I could probably go home and, you know, divorce her and get married again. But, you know, don't try that here. This guy, Gary Lafferty, yeah, he's just trying to get me started, but he won't do it. See, what I'll do is this might not even be the same Gary Lafferty, but you know, he goes and watches those other channels, the ones that hate on Sunshine Shoulders, and then he comes over here and wants to stir up stuff. Yeah, you a damn fool, stuff you putting over here. I won't even acknowledge nothing you say anymore because you're stupid. Wildebeest Calvin, I love your content, but when you make 20 times more than a Filipino, how can you say we're nothing special? Am I just misunderstanding your meaning? Yeah, you're misunderstanding our meaning. Meaning, what I'm saying is, she's not looking at you for you, Wildebeest. She's looking at the 20 times more that you're earning than her. That's what I'm saying. Why do you think that you see the odd couples over here that you see? And I can do a video called Odd Couples. You know, that's what I'm saying, Mr. Wildebeest. It doesn't matter what you look like over here. It doesn't matter how tall you are, how short you are, how dark you are, how light you are. You got blue eyes or you got green eyes or you got brown eyes. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you earn 20 times more than her. You see what I'm saying now? That's what I mean, but you're nothing special. And you're not Coco Martin over here. See, Coco Martin is something special over here. Daniel Padilla is something special over here. But you're not. She's dating you, you know. Go back and watch my video, 18 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy. There's going to be a Filipino over here that's going to like you because she's not looking at that. See? That's all I'm saying. You answered your own question. You make 20 times more than her. Yeah, that's why that's what makes you special. But nothing else makes you special over here. Hey, thanks for that super chat, Will the Beast. Now I understand. He said, keep up the good work, brother. Yeah, I mean, because guys come over here, it's our ego and think, oh, she's with me because I look good. I got a nice body. I've got a PhD or something like that. No, that's not it. Yeah, Mr. Steel Palm, he said lots of separated couples living with partners in the Philippines. Absolutely. Yeah, and that's not even what I'm saying, but they're not divorced. Land says Mia from Filipino Life with Mia said that dating a foreigner, especially a younger, a fit one, is a status symbol. Well, it may be, but 18 to 80, listen to me, blind, crippled, or crazy. If you old enough that you can sign that on that dotted line, because if she wants to date a nice looking fit man, there's millions of nice looking Filipino men over here in great shape, doing good with good jobs, good careers. There's millions, guys. Don't fool yourself. Okay? It's more than that. You know, um, you know, one thing that I wish more Filipino vloggers would do would to tell the truth, tell the nitty gritty, tell exactly what you're seeing and what you're living and what you're experiencing. Because I'm telling you what I'm seeing. Okay, they can tell you the real deal, but they won't do it. They know that yeah, it's a status symbol, but yeah, they're looking for more than that. Why would they want to date a foreigner anyway? When they got all these men over here who, by the way, have everything in common with them: the language, the culture. They eat shrimp paste and dried fish. See, they know all the customs and everything like that. Why would they want to date you? You got nothing in common with them at all. Butch Helton says, all this talk about divorce, why are you even thinking about marriage? Because that's the reality, Butch. That's the reality of it. The woman you even think about marrying, at some point she's going to be your ex. I'm just telling you the facts. No one gets married to get divorced. It's just a way of life, Um, and especially if you're a foreigner and you're dating a Filipino, man, y'all have very little in common, man. Is there exceptions to the rule? Absolutely, but that just only proves that the rule is right. That's all. Thanks, Travel Mike, for the super chat. He said, if you look like Brad Pitt and don't have money, she would choose a Filipino over you. She might like you, but she is with you for a pressure-free life. But see, I don't care how many times I tell people that, they don't believe it, Travel Mike. But they think, oh, I look good. I'm 40 years old. I'm 35 or whatever it is. And that's why she's with me. No, she's not with you for that. Philip Cooper says, yeah, I didn't register it in the Philippines. Yeah, see, that's why. That's why, you can get a divorce and your wife can get a divorce. Now, once you register it over here, it's going to be a different story. Yeah, Frank Ellis said they won't tell you the truth because that would be the end of their channel. But not really. It may increase their channels and make more people, because the Mia girl, she said one thing, but then now she's went back to like the rest of them. She said, she told the one nitty gritty truth that I had never heard a Filipino say in their life. She says, I dated an older foreigner because it was the difference between either that or starving. She said that out of her own mouth, and that was about as nitty gritty as I've ever heard a Filipino get. You're not going to get that out of them. That is the honest truth. Yeah, Mr. Steel Palm, but I like President Aquino, but there's a lot of whispers about that. And I don't even want to talk about that because I respect him, and he just recently passed. But and Benny from the Bronx said this, and this is true of all women. Really, they date for a better life, and we cannot penalize the Filipino for that. Who doesn't want a better life? Okay, but somehow we want to penalize the Filipino for that. We can't do that, guys. But she wants a better life. Hey, LaVon White, thanks for that super chat. He says, I'm relocating for a pressure-free life also. Anything good is worth paying for. Yeah, and that's the unspoken agreement. Why would you, for you guys who think that you're something special, if you're something special, why would you come all the way over here then? We're 8,000 miles away from the United States. If you're something special, just get all the beef there. Or Mexico or somewhere close around there, Costa Rica. Why would you come all the way 8,000 miles to prove that you're something special? I don't get it. Will the Beast says, Cal, will you be able to get back in the Philippines because of your child praying for you? That's my plan B. My plan A is the ballot buying visa, which I'm here under the ballot buying visa now. I came here with my wife and my son, and we had our marriage certificate. They stamped my passport, ballot buying visa. For the first year, I had no visa fees, but I'm still here for 36 months, and that's how I plan on getting back in. Now, if she balks, then I'm going to have to do the plan B, which is my kids. Hey, thanks, Manny Crypto. He says for the super chat. He said, good luck, Calvin, on your aspiration to return to the Philippines ASAP. Yeah, I've got an ace in the hole. I'm going to play it, Manny. And it's probably going to walk, If not, I've got a plan B. But normally, if it wasn't for the Philippines and this pandemic, there would be no plan B. Because I don't like a plan B. It makes me lighten up on my plan A, see? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just get rid of I don't have a plan B. I got one plan, to come back on that ballot buying visa. That's the least she can do for me, to be honest with you. I've given her a whole lifetime of opportunity. You tell me that you can't come back to your home country, to see your son, by the way, who's over here, get his passport renewed so he can go back with you. And just, by the way, walk across the border with me and give me that ballot buying visa. If you can't do that, then you don't deserve a lifetime opportunity. And I'm not going to beg. I'm not going to plead, and I'm not going to get petty. I asked her one time, and that's it. Tim's Life Adventure says, I'm not going over there to prove something special. I have experienced Filipino, and there's nothing like it in my mind. The special beauty and the special way to treat a man. Yeah, see, that's what I've come to believe too, Tim. But you still have men who just, the egos, they're young, and they think like I thought when I was 35. I'm not paying for nothing. Well, guess what? You paid for the ticket to get over here. So you did pay for the booty. It's not free to get on a plane and fly to the Philippines. By the way, guys, I don't care if you got the best ticket you could ever get. $600 round trip ticket. You bought that ticket. You paid for it to come over here. You didn't sleep on the street. It costs you a whole lot of money to come over here to be something special. That's what I'm saying. Don't fool yourself, guys. Come on. It's a real life channel. We're trying to help each other. But don't think you got it for free. No. It's more than likely free if you walked around the block from your house. Frank L said, Cal's your son going with you. That's my plan. See, I'll be fully vaccinated September 1st. So, that doesn't mean I can just run out there and, no mask and all that. They say to give it a couple of weeks to let it get in your system and everything like that. And then I'll go down to Zamboanga. If I've got the time to take him to Cebu, because now you can't walk in. You got to get an appointment. I can make it in there in time, which it would have to be exactly September, the mid-September. Renew his passport and then have it come back in time. See, that's the key right there. I'm going to do it anyway, whether it comes back in time, because that way, when I come back, I can just take him. But that's the plan, Frank. Rudy Magellanes, it says, yes, Phuket, I love it. I used to go there every year for 2 weeks. Check up and fun. Yeah. Mr. Steel Palm said, yeah, just be honest with your Filipino. That's the best way to do it, especially up front, because you really not going to have a whole lot of problems. That's why I tell you, when you come over here, even if you got a special girl you've been chatting with, at least see 2 other girls, because, that may not work out, man, and then, it's a long way over here, man. This isn't coming to Cancun. You're not coming to Cancun here. You're not going to Jamaica, the DR, and all of that, guys. This is a long way. You better make sure your trip is worth it, man. That you got all your peas in a pod, all your ducks in a row. It's a long, long way over here. And you don't want to waste your time coming way over here. Yeah, see, Land, this is what I'm trying to get guys to be okay with. Okay, Stoic Voyager. I'll talk to a lawyer, but you're saying something totally different than I'm saying. Okay, my wife is already in America. Okay, all right. So if we get a divorce, we won't need a no-fault divorce. We won't need to do anything but file a divorce. Okay, all right. See, you're missing something. Here's what you're missing. As long as our marriage is not registered in the Philippines, where there is no divorce, Stoic Voyager, she's going to be okay. The Philippines will recognize our divorce over in the United States. She can marry here. But if she comes here, or if she registers our marriage, which is like getting married into the Philippines, okay, now the Philippines, it's like her getting married over in the Philippines. There's no divorce over here. No. She's going to need an annulment. And all of you guys, you're wrong about this, okay? You're saying the same thing I'm basically saying. But just don't do it is all I'm saying, okay? That way you don't even have to worry about whether you're right or I'm right, okay? Don't register your marriage over here. Don't get married over here. And I'll tell you what, I would rather be wrong. Yeah, I just see, that's what he doesn't understand, Travel Mike. He said, Cal's not married in the Philippines. I'm not. I don't need all of that papers for the Philippines. I just need a divorce in the United States. But if my wife comes back here and registers our marriage in the Philippines, then she's going to need an annulment, not me. Yeah, everybody hit the like button. Rams and Dodgers fan said, you think you'll be able to get back in the Philippines pretty quick? or you spend several months in America before you come back. Now, I would never, and I'm going to go on record and say, I would never spend several months in America again. I love America. That's the country I was born, raised. I served my country. It's my lifestyle over there I don't like. But I would never spend several months in America anywhere. If I can't get right back to the Philippines on that ballot ban visa with the cooperation of my wife, then I'm going to go somewhere else. I may go to the DR. I might go to Mexico, Brazil. I'm not going to ever live in America for several months, ever, Rams, Dodgers fans. I won't make it. I won't make it. Rowan Troutman says, hey, Calvin, what's the red pill? It's just like, I'm just going by the Matrix. Somebody giving you some unsettling truth, some life-changing truth, that's all. Or, the blue pill, you still sleepwalking over there. Oh, okay. TJ Johnson says, random sidebar. Can we talk about how the Philippines has different mattress sizes than anywhere else in the Philippines? I mean, anywhere else in the GD world. Now, that's something you're going to have to get used to over here. Now, what you talking about, the length, the width, the thickness, it's all different, man. And it's something over here. I don't know. I guess because when you're used to sleeping on the ground and them other little thin mats, this foam over here that they use for mattresses, that's an upgrade. Because that's all it is. It's that foam that they put in a couch over in America, but they just got a big piece of it, and they stitch the covering over. That's all it is. Paul Smith says, I won't make it. Words to live by in America. Now, I'm serious. Okay, Maximus, that's fine. I mean, I'm not even going to discuss it, okay? I'll be wrong on that. If that's the case, let her go ahead. She's the one that won't. You got to realize she told me that. She did the final analysis after talking to the people at the consulate in Washington, Maximus. That's what I'm trying to tell you. She's a Filipina. All right? Well, don't you think it would be easier for her to help me by registering our marriage? Then I'm able to go ahead and apply for the 13A over here. Don't you think it would be easier for her to do it than to fly all the way back over here and all of that? She did the homework. Oh, yeah, Pure Alpha Life. He said, come to Nicaragua, Calvin. You will love the sexy senoritas. I'm going somewhere, man. But Paul Smith's right. I won't make it. Something, the big three is going to get me over there. Stress, the thugs, or the police. If I stay in it several months, nothing. I set a 2-week limit, and that's really too long. But that give me a chance to get around and see my kin people, my kids, some familiar faces, and maybe have me an old nice real burger, T-bone steak, real tacos, Yeah, see, Mike, this is what. Okay, then that's fine, Stoic. We'll leave it at that. I'm glad, really, because I want it. That's what I want. I want you to be right. That way I won't have to fly all the way back there. If you were right, I could just get her to go ahead and, register our marriage, and then I could file for the 13A and don't have to go nowhere. The Filipino and the Canadian says, hey, Calvin, what was the most important requirements from the Philippines Embassy when you bought your first Filipino back home? I know you don't recommend that. No, I didn't. I only did it once. And the most important thing that they're looking for is that you got an established relationship. That's number one. And you can back it up with pictures and everything like that. Number two is, can you afford to bring her over? Because you got to give them there's a certain threshold that you have to meet, the Filipino and the Canadian, before you can bring somebody over there. If not, you're going to need a sponsor. Okay, those are the two most important things. Do you really have an established relationship? Because, otherwise there'd be a lot of riffraff going on. They want to know, hey, and that you've seen her within the last 2 years. Okay. Now they probably, because of this COVID, they probably cut a break on that. But when you file the application, you have had to have seen her in person within the last 2 years, and an established relationship. And can you afford to bring her over there? Because you're going to sign a 10-year affidavit of support. You're going to be responsible for her. So, when you come over here, take a lot of pictures. All right. And then especially if she becomes pregnant, okay, somewhere along the line, you're going to have pictures before she was pregnant, during her pregnancy, and after her pregnancy. That's going to go a long way when you go to get the baby citizenship in your country. But yeah, they want to make sure it's an established relationship. That's why my wife's first cousin, they got turned down the first time because he was 76 and she was, let's see, she's been in the States 6 years. She was 30 and they didn't provide enough information. She eventually got approved and she's over there now. Okay, Maximus, I got you. Yeah, Evan Brown. Damn, Cal, he said 2 weeks is good enough in you. That's it for me. I won't go over that. It's because of my lifestyle, not the U.S. Because some guy told me, he said, man, the U.S. is beautiful. He said, visit some national parks and little small towns. Yeah, but see, I know me. I've taken the red pill, man. I can never go back to living in the United States permanently. It can only be for a two-week trip. David said that's the straight up truth. Thank you, Calvin. Yeah, Mr. Steel Pump, immigration wants to know her criminal and work record. But see, that's stuff that she's going to have to get as part of the package. But he said the most important things. Because she could be an angel, Mr. Steel Palm, but if the relationship's not a real relationship, she's not coming over there. And she can be an angel and an established relationship. If he's not earning enough money and can't get a sponsor, she's not coming either. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Thank you. The Filipino and the Canadian says, okay, thanks, Cal. Appreciate your experience. Yeah. And you can do it on your own. You don't need, I'm going to tell you something. People, and I thank y'all for this too. They were sending me immigration lawyers, these immigration services. I don't need that stuff. I don't trust them. They're too expensive and they prey on foreigners. You don't need that stuff, guys, for a K1, a CR1. You don't need any of that. You know what you need? A Facebook account, because on Facebook, that's how we did it. We joined the K1 Visa group, and step by step, they went through with us. If we had a question, we went to the group. We didn't need to spend all that money on lawyers. If you got to do that, you don't even need to be bringing nobody back to your country. Because guess what the lawyer and the immigration people are going to do? Nothing. They're just going to file the papers for you. You're still going to have to provide all the information. They don't know anything about you. You still got to give them the information, the pictures, and all of that. The NBI reports and all. They don't do all that stuff for you. Why would you give them all that money just to send your paperwork, put a stamp on it, and send it to Homeland Security? Come on, guys. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Immigration wants to know, is it a bona fide marriage? And you have the financial resources. That is what I said. But yeah, yeah, Phuket, Richie, 1969. Today it is. Every now and then we'll get a troll or something in here and some haters in here. RLVRV says we don't have alimony and divorce here, only annulment, which costs $500,000 and up. Wow, and that's lifetime money for a lot of Filipinos. Ted Brom says I did not need a lawyer either in Canada. Yeah, you don't need it, man. Mr. Steel Palm said immigration scams are a thing. Yeah, you got to be careful. I don't trust them. I don't care who these other vloggers have on their channels. I won't give them a peso to do nothing for me. They prey on us, guys. I'm telling you now. You don't need it. If you got the common sense that God gave a gorilla, you can do that paperwork, man. Don't fall for that stuff. Oh, it's going to be faster and all that. That's a lie. They preying on you. You don't need them. You know, take the time, man, because you're going to need that extra money. You're going to need it because when you get over there, that's just the beginning. You got to do the green card. That's going to cost money. Then you're going to have to do the removal of conditions. That's going to cost money. The plane ticket's going to cost money. Her accommodation is going to cost money, guys. Don't fall for that. Yeah, see, Moochie T says 30-year-old marrying a 70-year-old sounds like a scam, but the beauty of Western laws is that you are presumed innocent to proven guilty. So some fake marriages still slide through. Yeah, they're going to slide through because there's so many, but very few of them, man. If you can't provide those pictures and stuff like that, because a woman over here that lives right here in San Carlos City, one of the things was the man has never been over here. So guess what she tried to do? And this is what they'll do. She's going to try to Photoshop pictures of her and him together in the Philippines. Man, they don't fall for that kind of stuff, guys. Yeah, Jammin' John. He says, I married a Filipino and filed my own spousal visa papers. It all took time. It's all going to take time. But the same paperwork you fill out on your own, the lawyer and the special immigration services, they're going to have to fill out the same paperwork with the same information you write down. They're going to have to write it down too. The same information. You know, it's all, you know, trust me. It's a scam, man. I don't, you know, don't fall for it, man. They prey on us, guys. And, you know, to be honest with you, this guy says, David Stone says, easier to move there. If I could do it all over again, I would just came here on a tourist visa and just had a live-in. I would have never got married if I knew then what I know now. You know, because it's too much. You got to go through all that, man. It's expensive too. And then you commit yourself to that 10-year financial responsibility, man. You know, they get you on that because I'm going to tell you something. If you ever, okay, when I got a divorce from my American wife after 18 years, the minute that the divorce court granted her divorce, I'm already, $3,000 to $5,000 or something in the arrears, right? So guess what they did? Homeland Security immediately takes my passport. You see what I'm saying? So if you marry a foreign lady and you bring her to America, okay, and you y'all split up, you don't even got to get divorced yet. You split up. She goes on food stamps, welfare, or something like that. You're gonna have to pay all that back, and then you're gonna be in arrears. And if you're 2,500 or more in arrears, they're gonna snatch your passport, guys. You got to be careful, man. Yeah, Mr. Steel Palm. He said, I just stay single. That's RV. I would have came over here and just had a live in and gave her a new life and just, you know, hey, you want to go back to school? Here, go back to school. You know, make sure that she's going to have a better life with or without me is what I would have done. You know. The realist says that sounds like a nightmare. It's more than what. It's a whole lot to it, realist. And most guys who really think it all the way through, they don't go through with it. But the ones who come over here stumbling over themselves, falling in love with the Filipina, thinking that, they're not making any more Filipinas, they're going out of stock, they're going out of style. I need to get one now while I can. They end up doing that, man. A lot of them pay a price for it. It is. It doesn't matter where you get married, Land. He said, yeah, marriage seems like a trap in most cases. It doesn't matter, But for some reason, we've got it, and some geniuses have done this to us Western men, that we're obligated to marry when we come over here. And that's the problem. That's why I'm making my time. I'm telling you, you're not obligated to marry anybody, but we feel obligated to marry and be in such a hurry. And I don't understand it. Why we do that? One of the life said they get you on that even if you are divorced within 10 years. What you said is true. The DSS will go after you. Yeah, they're going to come after you. They're going to get that money if she has to become a ward of the state in any kind of way, food stamps, anything like that. That's why you signed the affidavit of support, so she won't be a ward of the state. Yeah, Stork Voyager. Yeah, you got to convince them that your relationship is legit, and they'll pass it. Now, Moochie said, what was your motivation to get married? See, my son, that was really my motivation. We had a son, and I wanted him over there with me. I didn't want him over here because, and another thing was, we were together 4 years before I did the paperwork to bring her over. See, but that's what motivated me. And see, I wasn't in any condition to retire and stay over here, because I'd have just stayed over here. See, I wasn't in any position to do that. So I had to bring them over, and that was really my motivation. But if I could do it all over again, I would just wait it until I was in a position to retire and live over here. And then, have a live-in, or if I'm going to get married, I get married over here. I won't go through all of that trouble that they're doing to bring them over there. Like the guy said, RLV says we don't have alimony or anything like that. You just got an annulment. See, over here, you get the annulment, or you separate from her. The court's not gonna come after you for anything. Okay, Anwar Kente says, good day, Calvin. Just got back from recording studio. I'll play back. What are you, a singer or a producer, Anwar Kente? He said, maybe pray more. But now a lot more Filipinos are getting vaccinated now. He said Filipinos aren't getting vaccinated. They are far behind any Western country. Borders are closed. Good luck to y'all. Maybe pray more. Now they're up to like 600, 700,000 a day now. And when I went to get mine, man, I waited a long time. I was there for almost 5 hours because so many people were there. I think they realized, that this thing is serious. Mr. Steel Palm said alimony is archaic. Yeah, but it's just all that you put yourself through bringing them over there. If the man who thinks this all the way through, he's not going to do it. I don't care how beautiful the woman is. You'll wait. Get into a situation where you can come over here and live and be a lot better. But a lot of us, we fall in love and we want the woman with us, so we bring her over there. There's nothing wrong with that. But more than likely, you're marrying your ex. She's going to be your ex-wife. Okay, thanks, Lan. He said, I got to go get some work done, but this has been a real conversation. Thanks for the nitty-gritty, Cap. I just want to share my experiences with you, and everybody share their own. It's not like I know it all. I'm some kind of know-it-all or some type of Filipino expert. I'm just telling you what I've been through. And if I could do it all over again, I wouldn't have brought her over there and signed all them papers and, committed myself to all of that. It's too much, man. I would just marry somebody else in my country. I came over here and got married. But see, hindsight is always 2020. See, looking back, I said, oh man, I had more options than I thought I had. Hey, thanks, Travel Mike, for that super chat. He said, I went through the same, Cal. I was 46 and couldn't afford to quit my job and retire there. I married in the U.S. I understand you. We're a lot alike, bro. Yeah, we are, man. Our experiences are a lot alike. That's why, we can relate. And that's what I'm hoping, that my experiences, people can relate to them, grab a hold to them, because that's all I'm saying. That was my motivation. If I would have been 55, with my renewal income that I've got now and able to come over here and live, I'd have just married over here. I mean, so much easier, so much less trouble, so much less hassle. You just get married over here. Well, Travis Costa says, not to sound negative, but marriage sounds like a death sentence in the Philippines. No, it's actually better here for you as a foreigner. That's what we're talking about. The problem is, when you marry a Filipina and you bring her there, it's complicated. It's complicated. It's more complicated than you getting married in your regular country or you getting married over here. That visa process is complicated. It's not hard, but it's complicated. John Reese said, bro, it's sad that your ex was willing to put you through that instead of returning, knowing that you would be held responsible. Yeah, see, here's the thing, boy, Sean. I thought we had understanding, okay? I said, look, I'm tired of the rat race. Let's go over there for a little while. We can always come back here. It's not going anywhere, okay? And she said, okay, because we wanted to send our son to school over here, let him, because school over here in elementary, man, it's fun for kids, and they learn a lot more. His experience has been great in school here, pre-pandemic. But hell, she wasn't over here 6 months and she's ready to go back. I'm like, do you understand all I gave up to come over here? Do you think I'm going to turn around and go back in 6 months? That's what made me mad. I said, are you crazy? I can't do that. And that was really the beginning of the end. And my thing was, she knew the life I could give her in America. She had confidence in that. She wasn't confident that I could give her a good life over here. She just wasn't confident. So she went back there. And now, I hope she gets married again, to take me off that 10-year, but I only got like 3 more years left. It'll be 2 years pretty soon before, my agreement's up. But yeah, it's sad, but what you're going to do, just like the guy was saying, Calvin, talk to them about what happens when you break up with a Filipino over here. It's the same when you break up over there, man. It's all about revenge, and if they can stick a needle in your eye, they're going to stick a needle in your eye, man. My thing is, I asked her already to bring me back here on the ballot, bam, but I'm not going to beg her. I'm not going to plead. I asked you one time, if you can't weigh it up, what I've meant to your life, and say, oh, okay, I can do that for him, then, we don't have nothing else to talk about. Hey, Edward Gonzalez, thank you. Great channel, he says. Thank you. Hey, Sean Richardson, thank you, brother. Yeah, Maximus, you're right. He said, I heard the Duterte's threats about the unvaccinated not being able to be outside to go to work has gotten me to clamor to the vaccine sites and overwhelming sites with crowds. Yeah. And remember, Filipinos aren't from outer space. They see these people dying over here, man. It don't take a whole lot to convince you when you see one of your loved ones gasping for breath on one of these, um, World War II respirators, because what they'll do, man, I'm gonna tell you, this is the Philippines, and you'll know when you see stuff like this, they'll just wheel you out a damn oxygen tank in the parking lot and hook you up to that, man. This ain't France over here. Bill Smith, thank you for the super chat. He said, Calvin, you give us thinking about living in the Philippines a wealth of red pill knowledge. Think and answer, would you live on 5,000 in U.S. or 1.5 in Philippines? 1.5 in the Philippines. Absolutely. Because you can't put a price on, man, the what the matrix is going to do for you. It drives you, man, to that old job that you hate. Sometimes, man, I hated to get up, man, it'd be so cold. I'm an insurance agent. I love my work, but hell, sometimes it'd be 2 or 3 degrees outside. I'd have to get up. I know I've got to drive 80 miles. I've got 2 or 3 appointments there, and I had to go, because hell, my bills, man, was over 5,000. There was no getting lazy over, and it just drove me. And I was like, man, and when you do that for 15 years straight, because I've been over here almost 3. I've been an agent for 18 years, man. It gets to you, man. Wears you down. Oh, okay. Wow. Edwin Thompson Sr. said, what's up, dog? I live in Dulag Lady. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. Louisville was just down the road. Hey, good to see you, brother. I got good friends in Orma City, and I went to Cloven to extend my visa. But yeah, I used to live in Cincinnati, man. I lived in Westwood. I lived on McHenry between Westwood Harrison Avenue and the Fay. Harrison Avenue was here. You remember where that old Kroger used to be on Harrison Avenue? I lived on McHenry about halfway through, and then the Fay was over here. Yeah, Bill Smith. I didn't say, no, he said, what would I rather have? 5,000 in America or 1.5 over here. He didn't say whether or not it was a good living or not, okay, Bill? Don't miss that, okay? I think you missed that. We're not saying that's not good money. Yeah, that's good money. That's good take-home pay. All right? That's not what we're saying. But I would take the 1.5 take-home pay every month and live in the Philippines than the 5,000 take-home pay and live anywhere in America. It's because, your blood pressure is going to be high. Like I said, the three hideous horsemen going to get me. The stress, the thugs, or the police. You can't pay me enough. Over here, I've got neither to worry about. See, we look at everything. Money is no longer the measuring stick for me, because I can come to a place like the Philippines and live off $1,200, $1,400 a month. Oh, okay, Bill Smith. He said, sorry, I'm talking to Amar. Oh, okay. Sorry, brother. Okay, Edwin Thomas. I grew up in Northside. Now, is that, where is that? Is that over by, I'm trying to think what let me see. Is that in College Hill? Is that where you? Is that North Side, Edwin Thomas? Phuket Richie 1969 said my budget in Kamala Beach, Thailand is about $3,000 That's a lot. A bit more expensive here than in rural areas, especially in the Philippines. Man, that's a lot though in Thailand. Muchi T says 5,000 take home is a lot in most states. Yeah, maybe not so in California or New York. Yeah, but you pay a price for that too. And a lot of guys who got them good jobs, still have those good factory jobs like Ford Motor Company and like that. They pay a great price, man, when they retire. That's not easy work, man. MS Jody says, Calvin, you should make a topic about what foreigner black men do for Filipino. Not, I mean, they don't look at it like that. See, they don't see color over here when it comes to Filipinos that date foreigners. They just see that you're a foreigner. It's no different. I don't do anything different than what John did, to be honest with you. I may have it a little bit easier because maybe their expectations aren't as much for me as they would be for John, but you do the same thing. There's no, it wouldn't even be a topic, but I did a video. It was called Filipinos Prefer White Men. And what I did was I flipped that over on his head and said, that's really not true. It's, yeah, some Filipinos prefer white men, but who doesn't have their preferences? You got preferences. I prefer Filipinos. Now, black women will get mad at me for that, even though I was married to a black woman for 18 years. Yeah, they say, who's he? So yeah, I don't get mad at them for that. Everybody has their preferences, but if you listen to certain vloggers, they're going to tell you that that's all Filipinos want, and that's what my argument was. That's a lie. It's not true. They don't look at it like that. Hey, Vince Lawson, thanks for that super chat. Said Uncle Cal, expect an email from me about November trip. Okay, brother, I appreciate it, Vince. Yeah, Moochie T said they see green. How hard is it? They see the dollar sign on your forehead. You're a potential ATM. Now, whether the relationship is real or not depends on the woman. Yeah, and it's true. They don't see that, and that's what I turned that upside down. That old stupid argument. And no, I'm not going down there. Yeah, I don't go down the race thing anyway, because over here it's nothing like the race that we see in the Western countries. It's not. And my channel is inclusive. And that's why I want you to know, it doesn't matter what you look like over here. You 18 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy. There's going to be a Filipino over here that's going to give you some play. Because all you have to do is be 18 to sign on the dotted line. See? Okay, Silver Surfer. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But okay, so Filipinos love white men. So what are you saying? They prefer white men? Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to hold that against them. I mean, what's your point? I don't get it. And I've had, my share of women over here. And if you can obviously see, Silver Surfer, I'm not white. Okay, and I'm not going to get into that. You're trying to drag me into that. I don't care if they do or not. Who cares? Yeah, Mr. Steel Palm, that's true. A lot of them do use skin whitening because of social status. Dark skin means farming or fishing to many and being poor. Yeah. And, a lot of times it could be the difference between you getting a job or not. Something like that. Because they'll say it if you come over here and you pick up the newspaper and you look in the back and you see job ads, you're going to see stuff like fair-skinned, 18 to 30, fair-skinned, pleasing personality. You're going to see stuff that you could never see in America. You could not. It's illegal to do it, but over here it's not. Yeah, they see the dollar sign. And remember, all I need is one to like me. I don't care what all the other is. They say, oh, Filipinos, this. All I need is one to like me. That's it. So, all that other talk is foolishness. All you need is one, guys. That's why don't let all that talk. That's why I made that video, to discourage you from coming over here. Yeah, Derek Greenway. He says enough for everybody. And in between, there's a lot of Indians over here. From India, I mean. The real Indians. People are free to have their preferences, Moochie T. That's correct. There's tens of millions of them and billions around the world. If you can't get a woman because of your skin color, then you're the problem. Yeah, it's just, but some people want to. You're not disagreeing with me, man. You're not disagreeing with me. But what's your point, Silver Surfer? I'm not getting ignorant. You come in with some crazy stuff like that. I never said my experience. I said that that's an old tarred lie, that Filipinos exclusively want white men. Now, what you're saying is, I agree with you. You said, oh, that could be your experience, but where I live, they love white men. Okay. But what's your point, though? I don't understand it. What do you want me to say? You don't want me to be over here? You don't want me to try to date? You want to discourage me? Is that what you're saying? Phuket Richie 1969, thanks for your super chat. He said, Southeast Asia travelers and expats, everyone's a winner with the ladies. It just doesn't, Philippines a lot, I'm just telling you that. Normally they're going to look to see your culture. They're going to see your character too, after a while when the dust settles, But I'm not ignorant, man. It's just you're going to try to draw me in. See, I've been on here long enough now. I know a troll. You're not disagreeing with me. You're trying to start an argument with me, and I'm not going to have it, okay? All I need is one. If that's the case, fine, okay. Sean Reese said, can't deny standing Watsons and all those creams are lightning. Yes, a big business over here, but to be honest with you, most people can't even afford to buy that stuff, Sean. That's why they don't even. And it's a movement now, some Morena movement over here, But it's the same all over the world. You got to understand, people of color in America only in Hollywood, the movies that we go to see, 11% of the screen time was for people of color in America. So why, if it's going on in the Philippines, do people have a problem with it? It happens everywhere. Look at India. Okay, look on their channel. Turn on their television, their movies and stuff. You see the same thing. Somebody said it already. It's that colonialism. That's all it is. But B. Gunn said Sunflower City, still over by waterfront on LaGuardia. Are you talking about in Cebu? Because it's a club over there. I was trying to think of the name of it the other day, but I don't know if it's Sunflower City or not. That's right. TJ Johnson, man, we was talking about this today. He said, don't you have some Axie day trading to do, buddy? Run along now. Yeah, it's crazy. They made it into a game over here, but man, the prices, that cryptocurrencies like this, and you can't make a game out of it. But that's what they're trying to do over here. They really don't understand it for real. I mean, it's plummeted. One time, when I first heard of this Axie Infinity, it was like they were selling the SLPs for like $18 or something, 18, whatever it was. But now it's all the way down to 8 something, and you know. I didn't. Okay, Silver Surfer. You know, you can stay on here if you want to, brother. But you know, okay, that was 2003. There's something. It's the name. It's something. City now. It's not Sunflower City. It's something city because I can't think of it. I took my son's mother there, but I can't think of it. But yeah, it's still open. Hey, Mayan hapon. I mean, no, it's Uto, Mayan Uto. Did y'all go there?
Yes, after this.
Okay.
Because we have so much.
Okay. How much? What do I owe y'all? 50? 50 pesos? Hold on. Hey, 50 pesos. Tell the water. I mean, too big. Yeah, begun. It's not Sunflower City. It's something city now. Oh, yeah, TJ Johnson. He said, Sunshine Shoulders, I'm legitimately done trying to explain cryptocurrency. People in the Philippines. I used to work in crypto prior to my current job, and trying is like pulling teeth. Yeah. They think it's a game, and they made it into a game. They don't realize it's actually Infinity. It's actually cryptocurrency. They're trading crypto. And you got to be real careful trying to get involved in that. You know, but a lot of people over here, they want to be the scholar, meaning they don't want to invest the money. They want to kind of earn money for the manager. And then, you know, it's going to be all profit for them no matter what. But it's the managers over here, the people who actually go out and buy the Axie that are at risk. They've got some Crypto John over here, Brad Jones. It's not John Coin. The guy called him Crypto John. Christopher Leroy says, trust me, guys, no matter how light or dark her skin is. Jade Bianchini says, Calvin, do they get FedEx and UPS over there in basketball terms and leagues? Yes, they do. FedEx, I know for sure. I see all the time. And I use FedEx when I sent my documents over here for my son. Yeah, they got basketball tournaments and league. Basketball's big over here. Yeah, Bill Smith. He said, all I can say, Sunshine shows is 30 years ago in the military in the Philippines, the only color that mattered was green. Oh, man. Yeah, Moochie T, it's true. And that's why I tell guys all the time when they ask me questions like that. I said, man, he says this. He said, my 2 cents is this. If I perceive that I may be at a disadvantage in any one country, I'm not wasting my resources going there. Otherwise, I would be a fool. And that's why I always tell guys all the time. I wouldn't be here for this long if it wasn't, beneficial for me. If I was somehow being treated different, if it wasn't as good as I tell you that it is, or if there was any disadvantages, if I didn't feel safe, if I didn't feel welcome, I would never be here that long. I mean, really. Oh, okay, Edwin Thomas Jr. So you're not there now. You said that's where you normally be? He says, I will be in Dulag Lady in December. I want to open up a sports bar. Well, I wouldn't open up anything right now, man. No business where people have to spend money, man. It's so many small businesses that are failing now. I wouldn't do it, man. That's the only reason why a guy asked me the other day. He said, do you see a guy, Daryl Fulmore, friend of mine from Seattle, Washington? He said, do you see the effects of the pandemic on the economy over there? I said, the only way you can really see it, because, Filipinos, they have behind that veil. They'll make you think they're doing better than they are. You can see a lot of these small businesses that are closing down around here, man. I mean, really. Yeah, Ted B, you can't put a price on happiness. And that's what it's all about now. When you get to a certain age where happiness is the goal for me now, it's not really about being rich. Yeah, give me enough, to contribute to my happiness, because you got to live. You got to have some money, but I'm just not chasing that stuff no more like I used to. Man, I had 3 cars one time. I had 2 cars in a van. I put 2 decks on the back of my house. I spent $25,000 cash money to finish my basement, man. I don't do that kind of stuff no more. Just because I knew that my other friends, they had a finished basement and all of that. And I knew when they came over, they were going to want to go down there. I just don't do that kind of stuff no more. My woman has to have a certain job, earn a certain amount of money and this and all that. No, it's not like that. I'm going to be happy. I'm responsible for my happiness. You be responsible for yours. Okay? I'm going to put you in the middle here. If you're not happy, then I'm going to replace you. Okay? Hey, David Vargas, he said, hey, Calvin, please excuse me for asking my question again. Do you think the Philippines would frown on my long hair and traditional earplugs? I'm a Native American. Absolutely not. Because, believe it or not, if you're a Native American, you're going to resemble a lot of Filipinos over here with the long hair, with the plugs in the ear. You're not going to look any more out of place than you would anywhere, really. You're going to fit right in over here. T.J. Johnson makes a great point. He said, at Edward Thomas Sr., if you feel like you absolutely positively must run a business in the immediate future here in the Philippines, open up a call center. And even that's a tough pitch right now. Yeah, you're going to have to do something on that scale, a mining operation or something like that, man. You don't want to come over here, and don't sell clothes, don't sell food, don't fix cars. Don't do any of that. You're going to go belly up, man. It's not going to make it right now. Harold Kim says, I'm going to miss the boots on the ground reports. Where am I going to get my nitty gritty? You're still going to get it from me. I'm only going to be in the matrix for 2 weeks, and I'm going to do videos from there. Then that way I'm going to show you the contrast between how I'm living now over here and the matrix over there. I got a lot of content for the Matrix when I get there, but now Sunshine Shoulders is not going anywhere, Harold. Yeah, T.J. Johnson. Yeah, Filipino dudes. A lot of them, because see, Filipinos, they love rock music. And a lot of the rockers over here have long hair. But you're not going to be out of... Lynn San Diego 102 said, glad to hear Booby laughing in the background. Maybe that's the baby over there. Booby was crying, trying to take her medication. Yeah, and Kente, I'm going back because my plan... The only plan I've got, I've thrown my plan B out the window, is to get back in here on a ballot buy-in visa. I'm here on a ballot buy-in visa. I came here in 2018 on a ballot buy-in visa. And that's my ace in the hole. I'm going to play it. It's probably going to walk. Yeah, see, that's another thing. And I bring it up from time to time, TJ. He said, are you just looking to employ an X amount of Filipinos for a visa? Because they've got a visa. If you employ, I don't know what it is now, but when I first came over here in 2009, if you, a foreigner, opened up a company here and employed 10 Filipinos full time, you get a lifetime visa. I don't know if it's still available or if it's still 10 or whatever it is. Sam Champion said, Calvin, tell them to be mindful and check all the carriers for international shipping to Philippines. I went to FedEx first, and the shipment I sent to John, they wanted over 300. USPS was only 78. Wow. Yeah. And yeah, the guy who asked me about that, they offer USPS too. It just takes a lot longer. But if I really was going to send something over here, I'd do it like Sam Champion. He sent me a ballot buying box. It takes longer. But Filipinos, they love to receive ballot buying boxes. Okay. It's like Christmas to them. It's like a status thing. You know, they'll take it out and they make videos and stuff. I mean, they're really excited about that. Okay, NY Kente, if you stop in Chicago, I may see you. I'm going to let you know because I'm going to have a meet and greet in Chicago. Just take a few guys out to a nice place to eat downtown, man. Hey, MRC hip hop rap promo. What's going on? I don't know. Moochie Cheese says that there are a minimum dollar amount to invest. The U.S. grants a business visa for $250,000 investment. I think it has to be much lower in the Philippines. Yeah, but I think in the Philippines it has to do with how many people you're going to employ. Love Beat Music said, bro, Calvin, record your airplane trip and post it after you make your first landing if you cannot use the phone on the plane. Yeah, I am. I'm going to do that. Love Beat Muse. But I don't look forward to the airplane ride. That's what I don't look forward to. It's not really going back to America for 2 weeks, man. I don't like that plane ride. It's long. It's boring. I can't go to sleep. It's just so many movies you can watch. That's really the only part that keeps me awake at night, you know. Daryl Tar says, we have a Filipino shipper here in Chicago called LBC. They offer the ballot buying box shipping and airmail. The airmail is inexpensive and cheap. I would look into that too if it's in your area. I forgot to mention, and I'm glad PL says Philippines could have been like Singapore, Japan, Korea, Hong Kong, and Taiwan is today had the government opened up to foreign investment the smart way. But if he reminded me of Monday, Nagasaki marked the 76th anniversary of the dropping of the atomic bomb by the U.S. Army. Man, 70,000 were killed. August 9th. Excuse me. August the 6th was Hiroshima. 140,000 killed. Now, that's the only 2 times in my lifetime, I can remember the atomic bomb being dropped anywhere. But yet, anytime another country a country that they don't like tries to get an atomic weapon, they start talking about how dangerous it would be in their hands. Now, if that's not hypocritical, man, you know, you're the only country in the world that's ever dropped the atomic bomb on anybody. But I just wanted to bring that up. I had that on my notes because they were celebrating, man, and I tell you. Okay, Archer Pelago says, Rike recently streamed it. it was 70,000 US for an investment visa. So hell, I might as well. I mean, if you got to spend 50,000 deposit or investment, depending on what type of SRRV you get, you might as well go and spend the 70,000 if you got that kind of money. Karan Tucker said, "Hey Calvin, how long does the trip usually take to and from the Philippines? I plan on taking the trip from PA, but I'm unsure about the flight time." Well, for me, I go from Chicago to Hong Kong. That's 14 hours and something, almost 15 hours. And that's from gate to gate. Then from Hong Kong to Cebu, it's another 2.5 hours from gate to gate, which that's not bad, but the 15 hours is what gets you. And sometimes I'll fly Korean Air. That's from gate to gate, Chicago to Incheon, South Korea. That's usually 13 hours, 13 and a half hours, something like that. Robert Johansson says, "Hey, Calvin, I know you hate the plane ride. Did you ever try flying business class?" I was bumped up business class. Remember I told you I was coming back and forth to the Philippines so much on Delta that I was like, I had accumulated like 200,000 sky miles in a very short period of time. And 2 times coming home from Manila to the States, I was bumped up to first class. And yeah, you're right. It's a totally different ride. And I may look into that to see how much it costs on the way back. That's a great idea. Joseph T said the flight will kick your ass. It is. It will, and it is. Yeah, Paul Smith, he said flight time is the only obstacle for me. When I was young, I never thought about it. Even when I first started coming over here to the Philippines, I never thought about it. I just get on the plane. It was what it was. I knew it was going to be far, but now I'm just thinking too much. It's far, man, and it takes a while. Hey, Michael Dawsonville said, "Hey, Calvin, what's going on, brother? You should consider a meet and greet down here in Florida too." That's a great idea. If I'm there longer than 2 weeks, no, 2 weeks is it. I may make it down to Florida because I want to go. Well, it's going to be in November. It's going to be gray. It's going to be dreary. It's going to be cold. So yeah, I may go down to Florida. Freddie Sanders said the flight is no joke. It's no joke, man, and that's the reason why when I put that survey up there that Sean Reed put out there, he said, A, you have enough money to retire in the Philippines now. B, you're going for vacation, just waiting for it to open. C, you're just dreaming. That's why a lot of people watching this are just dreaming. They're never going to make that plane ride, man. It's a beast, and I'm not trying to discourage you. It just is, guys. But yeah, I'm getting ready to get off here, man. I got about 7 minutes left. Yeah, I'll probably make it down to Florida because it's going to be in November, man. I'm gonna fly into Chicago, so I'll be able to do a meet and greet there, and then I'll go to Kentucky, then go on down to Florida, then get my butt back over here. Yeah, Karan Tucker, he said, "Damn, thanks for that, Cal. That's quite the time in the sky. I appreciate that." At Travel Mike at MRC Hip Hop Rap Promo. The longest flight I've ever taken was to Florida, but I know that flight is wild. Yeah, it's a long flight, and that's the reason why a lot of people don't make it. B. Gunn said, "I was recommended by Vietnam vet before my first trip over to take a volume or something to crash out after you eat that dinner served when you first lift off." Yeah, that's a great idea. And see, if I could only, I'm gonna try to see if my girlfriend will get me a sleeping pill because or something like that she gets from her doctor for her anxiety. That's going to knock me out, But that's a great idea. The only part about it is if you're probably sluggish once you get to where you're going. Mally and Larry says the plane ride goes like this: no sleep the night before, eat a few drinks, wake up over half the flight is over. Now, see, that would be great for me if I could do something like this. See, I don't drink. Oh, okay, Edward Thomas said that flight is fun to me. I get drunk after I eat. See, it probably would be fun to me if I drink. I don't drink, see, and I'm up there watching movies. It's like being at work because, you're thinking, man, we've been up here a long time. And you look at your watch and you're only 45 minutes. Okay, PL said USA used nukes because Japan wasn't able to surrender and would have cost many more American lives. At war's end, America didn't occupy their enemies. Yeah, well, hell, you got all them military bases over there. I mean, it's not officially an occupation, but hell, what do you think Japan would do? America could pounce on that behind anytime they want. Brad Jones says, I had the entire 3 back seats to myself on the last flight. I was delighted. And so that's another thing. I always try to book my flight by the wing. Ever since I found out that, you don't feel the turbulence as much. And it's true because I flew back in, was that 2016 when I flew back. I was in the back of the airplane, the 777, man. It just shook the whole time, man. It was a terrible flight. Archipelago says, once I took a sleeping pill on a long flight. When I woke up, the passengers told me they were jealous of me. Yeah, see, a lot of people can't go to sleep on a plane, me included. I can't do it. I wish I could. B. Gunn said, I didn't wake up till the stewardess shook me when they served the next dinner when I landed in Japan. I love LaChan said, it seems like work to me too, Calvin, especially since I work on commercial airplanes for a living. It just seems like that way. I'm thinking like, yeah, we've been up here a long time, and you look at it and be like, oh. And I watch the clock. I mean, hour on the hour. Coming here, it was the smoothest flight ever, Cathay Pacific. They never even turned on the fasten your seatbelt sign from gate to gate, from Chicago to Hong Kong, and from Hong Kong to Cebu. Not one time. The best flight I've ever had. But it was an excruciating flight. He says, Superman says, when are you going back to the Philippines? As soon as I can. I'm leaving the Philippines mid-November. I'll be there in the States a maximum 2 weeks. Then I'm coming back. Okay, B. Gunn says, I'll be in Louisville in December. We'd love to talk, man. That'd be great, man. Yeah, MS Jody, the back is shaky and noisy, too. I don't like the back. No, that's not what I'm saying, PL. I'm just saying that they were celebrating the 76th anniversary of the dropping of the bomb. And I just said that it seems kind of hypocritical to me that America's always trying to prevent these other countries from developing nuclear weapons or whatever because they may drop them on somebody. Love Beat Music, good talk, bro. Let's all pray for Booby, man. I hope she don't have to go back in that hospital, man, because her birthday's Thursday, guys. Harold Kemp says, flying, the thing we take for granted and often hate today, but millions before us would have given everything they had to experience just once. Yeah. But we think too much. I do. I didn't used to think. When I was in the service, man, I promise, I would get on a plane. I wouldn't think of nothing. I put on my earphones, eat the food. I flew from Chicago to San Diego that was my next duty station from Great Lakes to San Diego, California. I mean, I never even thought about the plane crashing. I never thought about turbulence, nothing. It was just like riding in a car. But the older I've got, the more I start thinking. And, because I don't watch all that stuff on TV, airplane crash, air crash, such. I don't watch it. Sam Champion said, Calvin, you don't want to be completely knocked out. Just relax if you can get some melatonin. Okay. Benny from the Bronx says 2 volumes is the way to go. Coming back, you be so tired, you don't need them. Yeah, see, that would be something like that. Travel Mike says, praying for Booby. Thank y'all, man. Oh, wow. MRC hip hop rap promo. He said, I'm in Louisville now, fam. Are you from Louisville? Now, what's this rap promo? Are you this guy? I'm laughing at Brad Jones. He said, hypocrisy, currency, currency. Hey, Harold Kemp, thanks for the super chat. He said for Booby's birthday. Yeah, I hope she's feeling good, man. Cause we just got a small little cake and ice cream here for her. She's only 1. She'll be 1. That 1 year flew by because of COVID, man. I respect COVID. Lunchtime says America occupies Japan and Korea to this day. I think so too. I mean, what else would you call it? I mean, it's not officially, but yeah. Ah, okay, you work with Static Major, man. Damn. Now that was a sad. Now my wife that's over there now, she used to work with who's the dark skin one? What's his name? That could sing real good too. All of them could sing, but it's the dark skin one. She used to work with him, with Player, but it was a light skinned dude, and then the dark skinned guy. What was his name for Player? I can't think of his name, but I got a couple of songs that I downloaded. Smokey and Ben. Yeah, Ben is the one I'm talking about. Yep, they both can blow. They singing with what's your name right now? They're with somebody sleeping in my bed. They're with what's the name of that group? My man I done lost track of my man, but Smokey and Ben, they're with the guy who sung the Thong song. They're touring with them. Sean Reed says August 6th is my birthday. Okay, you already had a birthday. Yeah, Drew Hill, TJ Johnson. They replaced 2 members in Drew Hill. Two brothers from my hometown did. They used to be in the group Player with Static Major. See, Static Major was writing a lot of, he was rich when he died because he was writing all that music and producing a lot of music. The other 2 guys, they were been kind of struggling. Yeah, Cisco. But Drew Hill, they're touring with them. Oh, okay, Christopher Leroy said, yes, we have men in Japan. In fact, USA pledged to protect Japan. That's why they don't have much military. Yeah, see. I mean, it's not a occupation, but I mean, what could Japan do if America wanted to do something? Okay, Karan Tucker, I'm going to get out of here too, guys. He said I have to head out and get some rest for jury duty tomorrow. Wow. He said I'm praying for Booby. Sean Reed said because of that, my mom used to tell me I'm the devil's son. Why? August the 6th? Oh, you from 23rd and Broadway. Okay. I remember a friend of mine, Victory Park. Well, you probably know a lot of them Parkers then over there. See, I grew up with the older Parkers who were the father of the Parkers, like that were doing all that trouble, serving all that time now. But you probably know Teo and all of them then probably. Yeah. You probably know Teo and Norman Parker. See, Norman's dead, but his son's in jail. Yeah, see, I grew up with Norm Parker, Black Rob, all the Stevensons over that way. See, I know all of them. I grew up with them. Yeah. But yeah, guys, I'm going to get off here, man. Thank y'all for your super chats, for your super stickers, your thumbs up. Just, all your kindness, generosity, support. I'm going to do an update on the house today. Man, it's coming along. They've taken all the scaffolding out. They just about got all the rocks and dirt, that big pile. It's all in the house now. And they've got electric circuits, for the outlets in there, man. You're going to see it. They've even got where you're going to see the, because I went there this morning. I thought I was going to see the engineer there. They got a countertop in my kitchen. It's come a long way in 3 days, guys. When you remember, I did day 36. This will be 39. Look at it later, man. I'm gonna upload it. But thanks, Paul Smith. I appreciate it, guys. You're in America, man. Help somebody before you go to bed, man. But if you don't want them late grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs, just getting off second shift on your lunch break, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a few dollars. In the Philippines, it's 12:23, about noon, lunchtime. There's no excuse why we shouldn't go out and help somebody today, man. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care. Stay safe. Stay COVID free. I'll see you next time. Take care, guys. Let me get with the...
The real nitty-gritty.
Peace, Christopher
Boots on
Lation.
the ground.
I love the chime.
The real nitty-gritty.
All right, PL, thank you. B Gun.
Boots on the
Calvin
ground.
Mike.
The real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. The real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Thanks, CT Hill. Thanks, Brad Jones. Y'all be careful, man.